Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 83 of the NFL Edition. I am one of your hosts, Alex Loosemore. This show, as you just saw, is brought to you by Zagnif Apparel. So visit Zagnif Apparel today for all your your apparel needs. From activewear to casual clothing, Zagnif Apparel has something you are guaranteed to love. Visit ZagnifApparelDesign.com today and use the code NEP15 as you see it on the screen for 15% discount on select items. That's NEP15 at checkout for 15% discount on select items. Zagnif Apparel, dress like you're already famous. Thank you again to them for partnering with us on the show. And let's get rolling into the show. So we got a pretty busy show for you guys tonight. Obviously, playoffs start this week. So, hello, Jason. Thank you for tuning in. No, the M on my hat does not stand for meaty. Good try, though. All right, so, yeah, obviously playoffs start this weekend, so we'll talk all those games as we go through the show. We'll obviously continue our weekly picks, and then as you can see right here, what we're going to do is we're going to go through and set our playoff bracket now, and then just kind of see who can be the closest by the time we have a Super Bowl champion crowned. So we'll all go through our picks. Obviously, we didn't get to Marty in time because me and Johnny decided this about 45 minutes ago. So we'll try and get Marty's if we get a chance. But yeah, so we'll go through all that. Do our what we learned from week 18. Talk a little bit about Black Monday, coaching changes, who's in, who's out, maybe who we think's going to get in. We'll discuss all that. And then we have a special guest coming on tonight, as you've probably seen on the bottom. Delilah Crespo from Let's Talk Football, the Ladies Takeover, and Let's Talk Football, the Roundtable. Hopefully we get her to join us here. I know they're doing their show now. So hopefully we get her in a little bit. And then obviously me, Johnny, Ben, Alec will be joining us right around the same time Ben does. He's just got a prior commitment. And then Mr. Anthony Handy will be joining us as well. He's kind of becoming that fifth host, if you will. So, yeah, let's get right into it. Obviously, if you like what we're doing, like, share, comment, subscribe on YouTube. Can I put the SI before? No. Good try, though. Is Colin Kaepernick playing in the playoffs?
If you're referring to Lamar Jackson, no. That's the story we're going to talk about here in a little while, too.
Yes, we're also going to bring up a couple of these quarterback stories.
You forgot to mention, and I forgot to put it in there, but we're going to do our fantasy playoff winners and losers, such as me. I'm a loser. Best I did in the playoffs was coming third because of you.
I had a lot of second places.
Yeah, jerk. You knocked me out of a lot of shit this year. Yeah. Well,
there was a lot of leagues where I was like looking really good going into playoffs, and I fell out.
It was kind of like you purposely pulled a Saints on me and built your team to beat me. Because I
swear I didn't. But
battle ball, I was undefeated until you come along, 15-0, man, and then bam, you come.
Yeah. Sometimes it just works out that way.
I know. In every friggin' league we played against each other in, come on, man.
I mean, we drafted pretty much the same team in all the leagues. So.
You and Marty now. I'm at that point where I'm ready to call Marty the MVP of the fantasy leagues and stuff.
He had a hell of a year.
He did. I mean, he didn't win championship and everything. I don't know if he did more than second place, but he damn sure dominated a lot of those leagues, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a very good year.
And his picks. What was his picks?
So he finished in third.
You want to do that now?
65 and 106.
You want to do that now? Because I finished. I don't know. I finished in second place behind Stevie in the app.
And he finished second place behind Ben on here.
Okay, so I was 169, 102 in the app. So.
Yep, that's what I've got you here as well. So I was in last of the four that normally did it. or that did it all year. I was 162 and 109. Marty was 165 and 106. You were 169 and 102. Ben was 176 and 95. So he won by 7 games. And Alec, despite not picking for a chunk of the season, had a very good year. He went 126 and 65.
Yeah, Alec was on fire, man. He was on fire the last 6 weeks. He was on fire, man.
Yeah, a lot of
that was a good battle between you and him, actually, in the app.
Yeah, I didn't catch him, did I?
Oh, I can go look.
I don't think I did, but I'm just gonna grab Marty's picks and write them on the board here. So he had the 49ers over the Seahawks, which I think we're probably all going to have. He had the Chargers over the Jaguars, which I'm interested to see everyone's picks on that one.
You were 25 behind him in the app because you started really late.
Yeah, I didn't start again until like week 10, week 11, something like that.
Yeah.
You
were number 1 last week. You were 12 and 12, by the way. So everybody, the next closest was me and Alec at 11 and 5, and Slick was 10 and 6.
Nice. So Marty has the 49ers, the Chargers. Then on Sunday he has the Bills, the Vikings, and the Bengals. And then Monday night, between your Buccaneers and the Cowboys, he's rolling with the Cowboys. That's an interesting one there.
Have you heard anything about this one? Terrell Owens is going to suit up. I know Terrell Owens was practicing with a team. I do know.
I know he was in talks with a few.
Yeah. So is that, Corey, is that real or is that a speculation?
I'm guessing it's speculation. I'm just going to go up to Corey's other comment here. His playoffs, he has Jaguars, Bills, Bengals, Bucs, Vikings, and Seahawks over the 49ers. Wow.
That's
okay.
No, I can't go there.
Yeah, I can't say the Seahawks are.
I know. Pino came out with that press conference, all confident and shit. But
yeah, but we also saw the last month and a half of football he played, and it wasn't very good.
Yeah. Same with somebody in Texas too.
Yeah. Jim, me too. I very much enjoyed that win.
I think everybody did. I mean, look at the Hans's rankings. They got you guys at 9th over a team that's in the playoffs.
Over a few teams in the playoffs.
Well, they got you ahead of the Vikings, and I didn't see the others. I just went to the.
Well, we're 9th, so that's at least 5 teams.
Yeah. How's it going, Mr. Handy?
What's the good word, fellas? How y'all be?
Not too bad.
Getting there.
Yeah. So what's been happening in sports this week? Anybody watch any college football?
Oh my! I watched about 2.5, 3/4 of it.
I heard that there was a game on, and I don't know what happened.
It was not a game.
Dog Skip Bayless. It was one of the most wonderful things in the world to watch. I'm gonna tell you what. The people kept discounting. People kept discounting Stat Quavius, Lamar Bennett the 5th. I don't even know if that's his actual number. I just know he got something on his SBIV. I thought maybe he said SBIV. I thought maybe he was an EMT or something on his spare time off from playing football. The boy went out there. All I know that maybe he was a doctor because your boy was surgical with the football.
He was unreal.
He was dissecting defenses and sewing up the offenses. That's what he was doing out there on that field, dropping dimes like Daniel Jones the first season he played for the Giants before they went on that losing streak, but we don't talk about that. And so that's what that – hey, look, all I got to say is my hats is off to the Georgia Bulldogs. You know me and Sterling. I always talk about me and Sterling. You know, we grew up poor. We always wanted the Georgia Bulldogs to win another championship. And so I told them if they won that they was going to get all free VIP passes for a year. The club Shay, and I apologize to Coach Kirby. We kind of kept Stat Quavius a little bit late. That's why he couldn't make the press conference. He was a little too, he had a little bit too much of that black and mild hen dog, but that's all right. So shouts out to the Georgia Bulldogs for winning back-to-back national championships.
Congrats, and they did it.
They
did it with a stamp of approval on there. And
do you guys hear
I'm
his?
not even going to go through this what if stuff because there is no what if. TCU beat Michigan. Okay,
Yep.
there's no what if there. Okay.
Yes. Thank
And
you for opening that door for all the people. There's two groups of peoples. There's the peoples that hate that TCU was there because they got run over. And then there's a certain group of fans from a certain county in a state west of Georgia,
that are thankful they didn't get their asses whipped in that game too.
East of Mississippi. Now, as a general rule, the people that I know personally are pretty cool, but there's a lot of folks out there on the internet that are just like, man, well, the best team should have been in there. Listen, y'all were the same ones that were saying, when they set up a playoff system, it wouldn't matter because Bama was going to knock y'all. They was going to set them up and y'all were going to knock them down. Did you not? Look, don't start because I'll go back and start pulling receipts.
Yeah.
I start pulling receipts like your accountant at tax time. Don't play me. Set them up. Alabama will knock them down because we are Bama. Nick Saban dynasty. I'm not taking anything away, and this is not me taking anything away from Alabama. Alabama has been undoubtedly the absolute gold standard. Well, at least until David Pollock said different on Monday. Did y'all see Nick Saban look like Nick Saban's face looked like he had just realized he had dropped a hot one in his trousers while he was sitting on television. I've never seen Nick look
uncomfortable.
Yeah. I've seen Nick angry. I've seen Nick happy. We've seen Nick doing this thing during his press conference. I've never seen Nick look uncomfortable. But Alabama has been the gold standard in college football for a decade and a half.
Do you see that on his coaches? Do you see that on his coaches ranking ballot? He had them second.
Of course he did.
Every other coach's ballot that like once it was evened out had them like 7th or 8th. Below TCU, below Michigan, behind Ohio State, behind Tennessee, behind there was one other team there, but yeah, it was. Well,
you know what?
Crazy.
I got to tell you this, man. I've not liked Nick Saban in that program for a while because when they play within the SEC, okay, they're good. When they get outside the SEC is when they fall apart.
How you mean? Because they lost to Tennessee this year.
Well, yeah.
And they kicked the shit out of Kansas State.
You was talking about a decade and a half, and I'm taking all of that in.
Yeah, I mean, and let's take it even further back. Alabama has been, the gold standard for a long time. If you want to take it all the way back to Bear Bryant, you want to throw Gene Stallings 1 year in there in the 90s. I mean, it's been a very long time. Alabama has been a dominant college football program.
They don't want to see FSU get started.
Period. And the problem is that the new fans, the new generation of fans that started becoming fans in the 90s when Gene Stallings won and really became fans when Nick started knocking them out of the park when he came to Alabama from Miami after leaving LSU. The folks that really and I'm going to say this, the bandwagon fans. Now, not all of them are bandwagon fans, but they're just like, well, we should have been it. Well, you know what? Then maybe you shouldn't have lost to Tennessee.
Yeah. Or LSU.
Because Tennessee was definitely the best team on the field that day. Yep. Texas almost got you.
Tennessee played good.
Texas should have got them.
Number one team.
Yeah.
If Quinn Ewers played, Texas whooped their ass, I think.
Texas almost got you. Now, we can't play the if game, though. We can't do that. Remember? No. We said we can't do that. But with Hudson Card, with a backup quarterback, Texas almost beat you.
Yep.
Tennessee beat you. And then you turn around and who was the other team they lost to?
They lost to LSU.
And they lost to LSU. And LSU was a 4-win team this year. Does that sound to anything to you? I want you to think realistically, Bama fans. Those of you that are doing all the grab in the morning, not all Bama fans, because I know some really cool Bama fans, and they're realistic and all of that. But by the same standard that you set for everybody else, no 2-win team. Nick Saban turned around and said no 2-loss team should be in the playoffs. Nick Saban also is on record saying that no team that doesn't win the conference shouldn't win the playoffs, but he wasn't complaining when they got in the playoffs and won the national championship.
Yeah.
Nick Saban said no 2-loss teams should win the playoffs, and then he turned around and said, well, it's not about wins and losses when it came down to selection coming up on Selection Sunday. And the Bama fans ate that up. You lost.
Mhm.
Okay, maybe the Tennessee loss, the committee would have overlooked because at that point, Tennessee was the hottest thing rolling in the SEC behind Georgia.
Yep.
But then you turn around and you lost to LSU. Now, granted, LSU had a hell of a season faced against last year.
Yep.
But you lost to LSU, who was a 4-loss team. So you're a team who lost 2 games, who your coach said, by his definition, y'all shouldn't be in the playoffs. And one of your losses was to a team that finished the season with 4 losses. They finished strong, but they had 4 losses. Yeah, they had 4 losses. So you know what? Sometimes it's okay to just say we weren't good enough. I don't think Bama fans want to say that because when they start saying we weren't good enough, then they have to start thinking about the fact that maybe
Anthony, the title's in Georgia, the game's over, it's stamped, it's in the record books. Screw everybody who thinks.
Oh no, I'm saying my piece now, and then I'm gonna shut up about it because I've been holding my peace all week.
Is that why you all so angry so much?
No, I'm not angry. I'm
not angry. You got that bear look on your face, man.
Dude, I'm running off of I don't know how little hours of sleep. But this is I've been holding my peace all week. It's just like one of my coworkers is a Bama fan, and he didn't even want to look at me.
And you've been at work all
I
week.
walked over to the cubicle to say to the little pod to say good morning to everybody. He sits right on the right hand side. He didn't want to look at me. So he reluctantly gave me a fist bump, and he's like, well, the game would have gone different if a better team had been in there. And one of the dudes that sit behind him just turned. The dude that sit next to him had his back turned. He turned around and said, dude, let it go.
You see Sean's comment.
Hey, Sean Spencer, don't you start that because Sean was gassing me up Sean was gassing me up on Messenger before I came on. No, I'm sorry. And
it's your fault, Sean.
You know what he doing? He trying to gas me up now. Do not get me started because I want to say, how about them dogs? How about them dogs? Wait a minute. You want me to say it in Spanish? Como vueglos roofs. I think that was Spanish. I think that was Spanish, French, and hood. Look, tag team said it. Who let the dogs out? George Clinton wrote a song about an atomic dog. That's the dog. Chili dog.
Let's get to Corey's comment here. Did you see that?
41-10 Bills over Dolphins, yeah.
He actually put the scores on there, man.
Jaguars, Chargers. I think it's going to be around that score.
Let me jump in for 1 second. Let me put a pause on you, Alex. I just want y'all to see how your boy come on and he trying to celebrate because he had nothing to celebrate for 41 years. Now he got back-to-back championships. How smooth. They were just like, let's get to this comment, NFL. We gonna shut this off. We cutting the Reverend's mic off because he talking too long. He gave me the wrap it up music like on Dave Chappelle. Wrap it up.
What are these?
Bengals 27-24 over the Ravens. Bucs 24-14 over the Cowboys. Vikings 31-21 over the Giants. And 49ers 37-20 over the Seahawks. Well, what happened to the Seahawks up here? What happened to the Seahawks?
I'm just gonna hold this like this the whole show.
Oh, you put it.
Tampa Bucks gonna steal the Super Bowl.
Boy, Craig, doing crack is a class 3 felony, right? I'm not dogging the Bucs. I just don't think the Bucs are gonna win the Super Bowl. I think the Bucs could do.
I don't think nobody thinks they're gonna win the Super Bowl, but
apparently Corey does.
We've seen a team that was below par go to the Super Bowl with the Seahawks, so that's been done.
I mean,
no, they didn't go to the Super Bowl that year.
Wait, no. The team that was below par was the Giants, and the Giants beat the Bucs.
Yeah,
not the Bucs. The Giants beat the Giants beat the Patriots. Yeah. My bad.
Seahawks went 9-7. They had that beastquake game against the Saints, and then they got their ass beat.
At the time the Seahawks win 9-7 was looking like 8 and whatever the fuck we are right now.
Yeah, but they were one and done, or like they didn't make the Super Bowl that year.
The following year they went back to the Super Bowl, wasn't it?
Nope. That was a few years.
That was the beginning of the Legion of Boom.
Man, you gonna argue?
Yeah, but that was 2009, Johnny, and then the Seahawks didn't make the Super Bowl until 2013.
Johnny, are you seriously arguing with the football encyclopedia?
No, I'm getting information from the football encyclopedia because I know these things. I just don't know the years and stuff because I would forget. My memory's old.
Yeah, Bucs Seahawks was 2013. That's the first year they made the Super Bowl with Legion of Boom.
Giants did 9-7. That's right.
For real. Look, for real. If they did an all football Jeopardy, Alex wouldn't even need the cue cards.
Why do you think he's the one that does the Jeopardy, the trivia instead of answering the shit? We don't want that. We don't want that. We got to have a chance out here.
Yeah, Sean.
I got to go back against Anthony.
I made reference to that earlier, Sean, and you know who they beat to get in the playoffs? Oh, I don't have the hat in here. Them damn Falcons.
Yeah.
The who?
And then they went and beat the Packers and the who else did they beat that year? Because 9-7 was the first one, 2007, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so they beat the Packers for sure because that was Favre's last game as a Packer. I want to say the Cowboys. It should have been his last game period. Yeah, I want to say the Cowboys
with Des Bryant.
No, that was Tony Romo, T.O.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say Des. I don't think
Marion Barber, those guys.
Dallas.
All that talent Dallas had and hadn't had a Super Bowl in.
Had a Super Bowl. They haven't friggin' won a playoff game in what is it since 97?
I mean, I'm a fan.
No, they beat us.
They
beat us in 2014.
I am a fine one to talk as a Falcons fan because the Falcons have been to 2 Super Bowls and have not won. And the last Falcons Super Bowl team that was there was no, they weren't as stacked as the squad was before. Like if they could have gotten to the Super Bowl when they had Gonzalez and Julio and Rodgers. Yeah, but
back in that was that 2013 year with the Seahawks,
the early part of the 2010s.
Yeah, because I remember that Seahawks Falcons playoff game was very good.
I think that year they went 13-3, and
well, there you go. Tell them, Drew.
Yep, you're absolutely right.
We're getting healthy at the right time, and we do have a shitload of vets on this team. I mean,
that's a good thing. Veterinarians, the country needs more veterinarians for all the lost doggies and kitties and things like that.
I'm trying to be nice, right? I'm not a dogs fan. So that you just opened up a whole gateway.
No, I wasn't even going there. I was making the veterinarian joke for real.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with dogs. Man. It was just
Vet's got a bandage up them dogs. He said so.
And cats.
I said dogs. I said dogs and cats because those are two pets people have more than anything else is dogs and cats.
Johnny's got that selective hearing going.
Huh?
Exactly. See, but again, they shouldn't have made it, but they did.
Things happen like that sometimes. The bees that way sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, Johnny, the Cowboys won in 2014. They screwed us in the playoffs. And then the next week they got their karma with the whole did Des catch it.
Game, then. You don't have to run away, Anthony. It's okay.
I wanted to take a bite of my hamburger.
It doesn't want
a lot of those dogs are going to be in the NFL next year. So,
and the year after that, and the year after that.
Yeah, I think Nolan Smith. I think the top 3 are going to be Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter.
Yep.
Keely Ringo.
Yep. I think they're all first rounders.
Keely Ringo is more than likely going to be first off the board. I think Jalen Carter is going to have first round.
Jalen Carter's going to be first off the board. Jalen Carter might go.
Did I just bring this from
what I meant? I'm sorry.
College again?
I didn't mean Keely Ringo first off the board. I meant the first DB off the board.
Oh, I've got him 3rd or 4th. Just because I think the size and speed of Christian Gonzalez and the press man ability of Joey Porter Jr. And then I think after that Ringo slots in. But I think they're all top 15 picks this year.
And I'm not so sure about Nolan just because he was injured, but at least I think he might have learned something from watching N'Kobe, because N'Kobe played hurt.
Yeah.
And then they found out later, at least Nolan is like, yo, I'm hurt. I'm out. I'm going to rest this up and get ready for the combine and see if I can go. And I'll be ready in time for the regular season.
Oh,
The reason I say that he might be a first-round pick is you've got teams at the back end like Buffalo, Kansas City, Philly. All these teams could use another edge rusher. So I think once that group of Anderson, Miles Murphy, Tyree Wilson, all them are off the board, Jared Verse went back to FSU, so I think he might be the next guy up. And talent-wise, he absolutely deserves to be a first-round pick. But
so I'm going to ask the real question. I'm going to let y'all answer it. What do you all think? If Stetson Bennett decides to declare for the draft, what round do you think he goes in?
Mid-first round.
Really?
no.
Yeah, there's a demand for quarterbacks.
But he's the same age as Lamar. You're getting an old quarterback.
No.
He's not going that high. I think 4th or 5th, somewhere in there.
I can see Washington jumping for him. I can see
You'll get.
No, the Jets are going to go vet. I don't know what the Texans want to do. We won't know that until they get their new staff together.
He'll go somewhere because you've seen
the Texans don't know what they want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I said we won't know that until their staff gets together. Because once they get a staff together, the staff will figure out what they need to do.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're going to go with Davis Mills or what. They benched Davis Mills part of the season this year, so. I don't know.
They said it was for him to get his mind right, so they brought him back in and started him after that.
How can you bench a guy that's named after a cereal company? How are you going to bench General Davis Mills? He made some of the best cereals ever.
I don't know, but they got a running back that's badass. They got one good receiver.
If he decides to stay. Well,
Yeah.
And then you've got like
They
John
got a good
Mechie
offensive
says
line. They got a good offensive.
they got an
Not
above
great.
average.
Yeah.
I don't even know that I put it at good, but
And their defense we'll have to see because Lovey's gone. So
Well,
you
in
got
the
pieces
well,
at all 3 levels.
well, here's the thing about the NFL though. You might be able to get by with the average offensive line in college if you got a defense that's like the Lewis, Suggs, Reed, Ravens, or the 01 Hurricanes, or the Steel Curtain or something like that. But
you didn't catch that, Anthony, but he did.
What
I did to Sean there.
I missed it.
When I said they might be looking for a quarterback.
Yeah, he's like, the Commanders will probably jump on him.
I was waiting for the comment, but it hadn't popped in by the time I started talking. Because I knew one was coming. Left hand up, Sean. Left hand up.
From sitting on the couch like the rest of us.
You shouldn't be sitting on the couch. By all rights, you should not be on the couch. Screw the Seahawks.
But Seahawks beat us week 4. That's the difference.
Yeah.
They came into our house and beat us.
I don't think they'd come into your house now and do it. Period.
Nope. But you don't. There's a reason that one team ever has started off 1-6 and made the playoffs.
I can't say anything about anybody coming in the house and beating us because Atlanta has 0 home field advantage.
Sean, I don't disagree with you here.
Well,
and Johnny takes it down.
I was putting it up, and you did at the same time.
Yeah, I don't disagree at all. I think what I would do is it sounds like Mechie's close to coming back. His treatments have been going very well. So you go get one more receiver, and then I would wait another year because I'm personally not in the boat of Houston's good enough where they take a quarterback this year. They're ready to go.
I'm
you got life vests on the boat.
Ain't the right guy. They haven't had a developmental coach in there, and they've only had a coach in there. 2 coaches last a year. You can't develop anybody in that time.
Yeah. Now the one thing is, a lot of the coordinators have stayed the same.
Yeah.
So they have.
Who's
Pep Hamilton was the OC both years.
Well, they're looking.
Lovie Smith was the DC the first year, and then obviously the head coach year 2. But
hey,
a lot of the underneath coaches have stayed the same.
Question, Alex. Who's the team caterer?
I don't know that.
I just want to see how deep your knowledge base goes, bro. He's like, Yeah, they got a cleaning team. It's 3 of them. They come in at 5:30. They clock out at 9 in the morning. And their names are John, Sarah, and Maria. They do a great job, and they use lots of Fabuloso. He knows everything. He's
not
like
quite that good.
The Houston, Texas corporate headquarters average of roughly 30,478.65 square feet.
It's Maria's Gourmet Kitchen. I just looked it up.
Oh, okay. I thought you were being smart.
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Did I say Maria? I said
think
Maria.
actually
I think,
I said Maria
yeah,
was
you
on the
did.
cleaning crew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, looky here. Miss Delilah Crespo. Hi there.
How's it going, Delilah?
Long night. Hey. I was like, I'm going out with who? Sure. I don't know why I'm here, though. I don't know what I'm here to discuss, though. All he said was like, will you hop on? I'm like, sure, I'll hop on.
Well,
Right
now
when
we're
I
just
asked
kinda,
you, I had no idea what we were going to talk about tonight.
right now we're kind of all over the
par
place.
for the course every week.
Yeah.
I was
just let
like,
the conversation take us where it goes.
I was like, sure.
Yeah, currently we're talking. We were just talking about Houston and kind of where we think they go draft wise.
Oh, we're talking draft.
because-
Oh, that's cool. We didn't talk about that on the ladies' show yet. We usually do that a little later, but hey, we're good.
Oh, I'm already like as soon as my team's eliminated, I'm right into it. So, I'm one of the people that's not sure that Houston's gonna go quarterback. Just especially with the quarterbacks that are coming in the
Well,
next
that's where
year.
was my point when I just said that. I was like, I don't know whether they want to leave Mills yet or not because, he hasn't been developed.
Yeah, and it kind of depends on, well, who their coach is.
Right.
Because that's going to decide a lot of what happens with that pick. And then also what happens with Chicago's pick ahead of them. Does Chicago stay and take a Jalen Carter or Will Anderson? Do they trade out to somebody like, say, an Indianapolis or a Carolina or someone like that can take a quarterback?
They need to trade out is what they need to do.
Yeah, we're gonna trade out. Pose.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, Pose keeps saying like the only way he would ever use that first round pick is if there's something that really blows him out of water that tells him he should drop the QB that they've been developing. You know what I mean? Like it just there has to be a bigger reason for him to even let that go. So
now, one thing about that is it's hard to get rid of that first round pick because a lot of teams don't want to give up the value for it.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like he's fielding phone calls.
Everything.
That's why I think
I feel like he's fielding phone calls from some of these desperate teams, though.
That's why I think Indy's the perfect spot because you're at 4, so you don't have to give up too much to move up, and you're saying screw you, Houston, jump ahead of them and take the quarterback. So I think Indy's the perfect spot there. Yeah. And then I see Chicago trading down twice. I was looking at it, and if you're sitting at 4 after trading with Indy, and the first 4 picks realistically at that point are Stroud and Young if Houston goes quarterback.
Right.
And then one of Will Anderson or Jalen Carter. If you're sitting there at 4, you could take whichever one of Anderson and Carter hasn't been taken, or you get a team, say like Carolina, that's desperate to move up for a quarterback, and they're at 9. So from 9 to 4 isn't going to take that much to move up. So then you slide down to 9.
How many really Baker quarterbacks are there? Like 4 or 5.
Well, Baker's in LA. It's Sam Darnold.
Wow, they really don't believe in Baker Mayfield. Wow. They just gave him a cot out behind headquarters. They're like, you ain't gonna stay here long.
Corey says the Cardinals should hire Bruce Arians as the GM back in Arizona. I don't know if he'd want to be a GM. That's interesting.
It's some jobs. It's just like Admiral Akbar from Star Wars. It's a trap.
Yeah.
Whichever GM goes to Arizona will already have a head coach picked out.
Yeah.
It's going to have to be an impressive head coach in order to get the job. So.
Yep. And the owners came out and said that he's going into these meetings with the GM with the intention of telling them they're trading DeAndre Hopkins. So if you're going in as a GM and you're being told you have to trade your best player on getting the job. Do I really want to take that job?
No.
Good luck.
Hell no. No.
Now there's two people from the 49ers right now that are in the mix for that. That would be oh shit, I had his name here.
D'Amico Ryans.
No. These are the assistant GM, the current assistant GM from 49ers and the head of player personnel are both in the mix for that job. And I'm sorry, D'Amico Ryans, they just have star quality on them, you know.
Yeah.
They've been working that you can't dispute what the 49ers have done.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you look at this coaching tree that Shanahan's building there. You've got Mike McDaniel in Miami. You've got Saleh in New York with the Jets. Now we'll see if Saleh sticks around after this next season, because if they lose again, he's probably gone. But then what Mike McDaniel's doing with that offense is very impressive. So I think you're going to give a long look at some of these San Francisco coaches, because it's starting to look pretty good.
Yes. Jim Caldwell might get that job in Carolina, by the way.
I'd love to see him get another job personally, but
well, the whole thing there is the control aspect. Are they going to give him the control? Or is
Jim Caldwell's not one that really needs a lot of control, though.
Yeah, but is he guaranteed control? Guaranteed. Is he going to be? I'm tired of seeing Jim Caldwell build a good team and then getting fired. It pisses me off all the time.
Yep.
Well, that plays into ownership ego, though, man. I mean,
that's what I'm talking about with Carolina. I don't know how their ownership is going to work, because
I mean,
I haven't really seen a whole lot from them.
I'm actually surprised at this point that like Jerry hasn't started come down on the sideline and calling the plays for the Cowboys.
No, his son will kick his ass. He's the only one in that organization that can get away with anything. You know, he's the one that told him no to Manziel. Remember?
Yeah, he's the one that said no. Let's draft Zach Martin instead of Johnny Manziel. So right. I feel like he's got some pull, because he's made a couple of great decisions over Jerry's terrible ones. So,
well, Jerry still, Jerry likes his glory hole.
That's something I've been looking over to Levante David retiring. That is a strong possibility this year.
I can see it.
That'll be sad, but yeah, I can see it. But then that will hurt our defense, because Devin White is not
massively. Yeah,
he's a great physical player, but he's better off away from that dot on his head. He don't need that.
Yep. And you lose the main leader of that defense.
Yes.
That is the voice of that defense. If you lose that, that's going to be hard to replace, especially because it's been the voice of your defense for so long.
Yeah, David's the one.
Wait a minute. You only got one guy. Only one guy on the defense can talk.
Well, no, there you got this secondary guys. Defensive.
Well, no, Alex said he was the voice of the defense. So it's on like the other 10 guys is on. But
he is.
Yeah, they're all mute. They're all mute.
As the middle linebacker, he communicates between the defensive line and the secondary.
Here we go. Anthony, you started this shit, man.
Who said that?
Anthony did.
Anthony.
He said Jerry Jones loves his glory hole.
Jesus.
And good evening to you, Jason Squade. How are you?
Where's Hammy tonight, Jason? Did you do something with Hammy? Come on, man.
Well, and this is the whole thought process here, and why I don't think the Bucs steal the Super Bowl, as Corey said earlier. You're going to have to beat the Cowboys. Then there's a good chance the Eagles.
No, I don't like that.
49ers. And then the Chiefs, Bills, or maybe even the Bengals.
I don't know.
I would love to see a matchup between a healthy Buccaneer team and the 49ers, because that's a dream matchup to me.
That would be
they play that same speed ball on defense, man. That would be great.
I'm not feeling these NFC teams overall. I'm not saying they're bad. I think
the 49ers are the best team in the league right now.
Yeah, now. I don't know. I'm just not feeling like.
Let's be real, though. I'm sorry, Delilah. Go ahead.
No, I'm just not feeling the NFC being the one to win the Super Bowl this year. I don't know. I feel like the AFC has just overall, one, they have the better quarterbacks on their side, like in general. You know what I mean? Just in general.
From 1 to 7, yeah.
Come on,
And
preach it.
so-
Come on, preach it, missionary
so-
Crespo.
And so I don't know, like I'm not, I'm not knocking NFC, like they made playoffs, right? You know what I mean? I just don't know if they have what it takes to beat an AFC team like in the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
And
Well, at
like,
the same time,
and every time we see like, okay, so Seahawks barely made it. Kudos, because I like seeing Geno Smith winning all the time, just because everything he's dealt with. Like I always love a comeback story. So I just don't know if. And also with the 49ers, I'm like, are we no hate on Jock Purdy, but do we really see considered right now a rookie? I know he's older, but he hasn't been able to play, so technically this is rookie season, right? And do we see him going all the way and winning a Super Bowl? Like, when has that happened?
I don't necessarily
Dilfer with the
see
Ravens.
him
Only in the
being the
movies.
reason they win the Super Bowl, but I could see McCaffrey and Ayuk and Debo and Kittle in that offensive line and the number one defense in all of football being the reason they win that Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I mentioned Trent Dilfer in the Ravens.
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, well, and then on top of that, you look at the NFC, and the Eagles are phenomenal this year.
When Jalen Hurts is healthy. And
The 49ers are playing lights out ball. All right, first of all, Dwayne Johnson, number one, I'm tired of carrying you in all my movies. They have played some phenomenal ball, but there's something called an extra gear.
Mhm.
And for some reason, the Chiefs and the Bills, it's like every time, think about every season that Patrick Mahomes has been in the league as the starting quarterback of the Chiefs. Remember the stuff he was doing in his rookie season? And y'all were like, Joe, did y'all see him do that? And he's doing that regularly now, like it's nothing. And then the next year he does something else, like, yo, he took that Joe next level. Like, what is, and then so you got that, and they are right now they're in peak form. They are in peak form. I give them another year, maybe two, before a couple of the key pieces either get traded off or somebody gets hurt and they can't play, and they get traded off because they're no longer a key valuable asset.
Right.
But they're in peak form right now. Who else is in peak form? Them dudes from Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy said
Buffalo's the one.
your boy said, I was this close. I'm not going home this time. He is running people.
I think
over.
y'all talking about the wrong teams right now.
He's running people
talking about
over.
the Jaguars right now.
He is kicking people. He is kicking people into no spots.
Nope.
He is running people over. He is taking lunch money. He is roasting mamas and telling mama jokes and disrespecting old people and cutting in the line at senior citizen breakfast.
Are you talking about Zach Wilson?
Huh? Now that boy is on a mission. He is on a mission. He's like the T-1000, and when we thought that CGI was bomb, he's like that T-1000.
If you want to talk about trending, I'm not putting the Jaguars on my Super Bowl list. Okay.
No, please
But
don't.
if you're talking about trending, they're on a mission, man. You want to talk about a team on a mission? That's the Jaguars.
Yeah, but they're a couple years away.
Yeah,
Well,
I wanted to make it
I
past the
said that
target
about
though.
the Bucs when they did that beatdown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I do.
Yeah, but you had Tom Brady andIke Evans and that whole fucking list against.
Who did we have in 2002? We had Brad Johnson. Same situation.
And one of the greatest defenses of all time to match it.
Yeah, but we weren't.
What the hell do the Jaguars have that's best of anything?
We weren't no 13 and whatever. We were fucking
Orange
want-
Julius, because they got all them oranges down there.
I just want
And
the
get a chop.
Jags. I just want the Jags to somehow. It'll be hard, but I want them to get past Herbert the Chargers, just the first round, and I don't think they'll get much
I
further.
want Herbert to get some
Let's go.
recognition for what he
No,
does.
let's go, Lawrence.
Run.
No, like, nah, man. Like,
I hated him
Although-
out of college.
wanna
I hated him
see-
coming out of college.
There's
Let's go, Jaguars.
part of me that wants the Chargers to get steamrolled so Staley loses his job and Sean Payton can go there. But then there's part of me that wants the Chargers to make a run just because you got Herbert and Bosa and Mack and James and like just so much talent on that team did not make a run. And Allen and Williams, I just listed mostly defense. Like
I don't know. I always root the Cinderella teams. Like, I want the Seahawks and the Jags to win the first round.
I hope the Seahawks get slaughtered.
Wow. Watch
I
this
do
though,
too. I
Delilah.
hope the
What
Seahawks
if
get
that?
slaughtered.
What if your wish turned out to be like a Hallmark movie and somewhere there's a star falling slowly off a tree and it turns into an elf, and it makes its way to Seattle, and it just ping pongs between both sides of the country, and then all of a sudden, the Super Bowl is Seattle and Jacksonville.
I didn't say all that.
Oh
I just
my
said I
God.
want. See, I didn't say that. I said I want them to win the.
You
first
said
round.
you root for the Cinderella stories. That's about a Cinderella.
Yeah, but at least okay, but that's far fetched. I just want them to get past the first round.
Cinderella wasn't far fetched. Cinderella
I
wasn't
said
far fetched. A homeless woman who married a prince.
I mean, that was what the whole point of was it? Oh shoot, was it? Oh my God.
There's flaws in the Bills team, not much.
Yeah, yeah.
There's flaws in the Chiefs team. You can run all day on the Chiefs team. You saw what Titans almost did to them, right?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I mean, Super Bowl playoffs always go the way people don't know.
The Chiefs are like almost any team. If you get in there and you punch them in the mouth, you get the quarterback shaken up a little bit, you can win. So any team that has a defense that can actually do that to the Chiefs or the Bills has a good chance.
You know, I think the Chiefs are actually better because Tyreek left.
You're not force feeding it.
Well, yeah.
I think that they're actually better because it actually made Mahomes a better quarterback because he was just getting the balls to everybody. He was doing his like magic, like 180 stuff that he does, and I'm like, how does he even do that and get a pass? You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I mean? Wow. So I think he's actually a better quarterback, and I think that makes him more dangerous than he was before because it actually made him go, you know what? I don't have my cheetah guy, right? That just can go for like 100 yards. So I actually made him have to study and get the ball out to more players. So I actually think they're more dangerous this season than they were last season because of that.
I said the exact same thing. I said the exact same thing about Stafford once Calvin retired. Now it can't just be fucking Calvin's down there somewhere. Now it's like, okay, I got to look over here and this isn't here. Okay, now I got to look here. I
like Matt, but he's not Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. I was saying that was, no. Okay. No, I'm not trying to say that.
Hey, Alex, actually losing Calvin kind of hurt Stafford in the long run in Detroit toward the end of his.
It actually did, yeah.
Yeah. But
ladies and gentlemen, number 6 on his jersey, but number 1 in your hearts, Mr. Ben Cornett of the Ben Zone.
Hi, Delilah. How you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up? I don't know how long I'll stay, but I'm gonna try.
Wait, why you go?
Well, I'm glad you're on here. You're making Jason jealous.
Yo, but wait a minute. How disrespectful was the ring around the rosy play, though?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, they were toying. They were toying with them. Like it was just.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I love that they just went out there, had fun with it, and just still whooped their ass.
I like how you mentioned all these great quarterbacks. That these are young quarterbacks.
Yeah.
All right, Mahomes is the most proven of the bunch right now, but then Josh
Mm-hmm.
Allen and you got Joe Burrow. Don't forget about Joe Burrow. He actually put a team on his back. He actually put a team on his back and carried him to the Super Bowl. So
now I can't wait because if everything goes the way it should, we're getting that Buffalo-Cincinnati matchup in round 2.
Oh yeah, if it does go well, yeah.
Yeah, if everyone wins like they're supposed to.
Then Delilah, you sounded Scandinavian for a minute. Oh yeah.
Alex,
what's up?
I just real quick. I had a question. Now, is it only Buffalo and the Chiefs that play on the neutral side, or can it be the Chiefs?
Yeah, because Cincinnati disagreed to all of it.
I see. Okay.
Cincinnati said screw that. So if Kansas City and Buffalo make the AFC Championship game, it is played in Atlanta.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And if any other combination makes the AFC Championship game, it's played in Kansas City or Buffalo or whoever that top seed is.
I need to put this out there before we do picks and stuff. There is heavy rain expected in Santa Clara on Saturday when the San Francisco 49ers play the Seattle Seahawks. So it's going to favor the running team.
Bet the under.
Yeah, bet the under. Absolutely.
That is the best football to play. That's the best weather to play pickup football.
Oh man, if it don't have
just best play football, period,
and snow in it, it's not football to me.
Yeah, rain. Heavy rain is number 1. Snow is number 2.
Yep. As an offensive lineman, I could not agree more. Those were my favorite times to play because you run the ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, he's going to run left. I got a block here. If he's going to run right, I got a block here. It's like that. Okay, open the gap and go.
It's the best because it gets slippery. So you catch that guy slipping 1 second, and you can just bury him so much easier.
Pancake block.
Oh yeah, so many pancakes on those wet weather games. Do we want to get into our picks just because we're not sure how long Delilah is going to be here?
Well, let me finish.
Yeah,
I just started the fantasy thing. So I'm going to give a shout out to these guys.
I didn't even realize you started.
Yeah, we did, and then we got tossed again. Okay. In the NFL Edition Fantasy League, first place goes to the Syndrome Eagles. Second place to our own Alex Loosemore.
No.
Okay, let me get to another one. You guys can talk while I'm looking.
I think I came second in a lot of those leagues. There was a lot. I was in 9 different leagues this year. Some dynasty, some redraft. I'm not doing that many again next year.
In the Miscreant League, we had Black Niners that won the championship. Street Dogs, second place. And our own Jim Melvin came in third place there.
Congrats to Jim.
Congrats, Jim.
Speaking of Jim, he says Mahomes and Allen are in a league all of their own at this place in time.
But it's not really all their own, is it? This is like this era of football is like the Marino era and Joe Montana and John Elway and those guys. This era is loaded with good quarterbacks right now.
See, but I would throw them here and then like right under, like they're not way ahead of everyone else, but then that next tier you've got Burrow, you've got Herbert, you've got those guys.
I think they just by age, right? Because they've been out a few more seasons than Burrow, and is that what you know what I mean? Is that why they're saying they kind of lead the pack?
Well, I think it's just their play on the field. I think it's just the fact that these two are, you look in almost every statistical category, these guys are top 5.
I mean, I don't know. Like Burrow's made it to the Super Bowl his second season after
on his back.
That's why I said not very far behind is Burrow and Herbert.
After his comeback injury.
But the problem therein is always that the quarterback talent is there.
Yeah.
But then you start looking at the coaching.
Everyone else.
What team some of these quarterbacks are playing on. And it just like I have to. I mean, I'm going to roll it back to college football just to use an example. Bo Nix was playing in Auburn, and Colin and Sean and I used to just talk about how we called him Happy Feet because the offensive line was garbage. He had maybe 2.5 seconds before he had to start Sammy Davis tap dancing, looking for an escape route, and he was not that great. And people were like, "This is your king," and then he went out to Oregon, and they were talking about the kid being a potential Heisman nominee. Like they said, he's got big odds next year to be in the Heisman running, like right on Caleb Williams' heels, and that's saying something. So it's a lot of that is where these guys wind up, and a lot of times these guys get there and they got no help. I think. Well,
yeah.
I think on Sunshine,
you're going to the worst team in the leagues. You know, if you're drafted number 1 overall, you're going to the worst team in the league.
Yeah, which explains why the Browns have had so many first round quarterbacks.
Yeah,
not this time.
Okay, in the Battle Ball League, first place champion is Mr. Alex Loosemore again.
Oh, I didn't realize I won that league.
You can't let nobody win nothing no time, man.
Second place is
I was second place in the other league and not even top 3 in the second league. So,
and I happen to be third place because Alex kicked my ass in that game.
Yeah.
Jerk.
Yeah, you did not have a good week that game.
No, I did not. And I didn't even get to set my lineup either. So
another
third place win for me is in Brady Bucs. The NFL edition 2. The Flying Dutchman, number 1. Second place, Mr. Alex Loosemore. Third place, Johnny Dean. Oh boy. What a year.
I wish I could have placed first or second in any of my money leagues.
I want to clarify something. In Battle Ball, the one he won, I was undefeated in that league. Undefeated.
For a while.
And you see in the last 2 leagues here that I'm right behind Alex because he came in and has a team set up like the Saints that against the Bucs. You know, he set that shit up just to beat me, jerk.
Yep.
It worked. You win. Brady Bucs. Okay, I already called that one out.
What else we got here? Yeah, this is another interesting thing. Every playoff game is a rematch of a game earlier this season.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, at least the first round. Obviously, when you add in Philly and Kansas City, maybe not. But I mean, there's a good chance you could end up with Philly playing, say, the Cowboys or the Giants, and Kansas City possibly playing the Chargers. So then again, it is another rematch. So it could be interesting.
In the NFL edition All-In League, it goes Marty, number 1 champion. Congratulations, Marty, and you're my pick for MVP of the fantasy things in the picks.
You the real MVP, Marty.
Marty gave Alex hell there for a while.
Uh-huh. And he beat me in picks too.
And probably cracked bad jokes the whole time he was doing
it. And actually, it was Marty that took Alex's championship in this one, the All-In League. Alex came in number 2. Stevie Slick Probert was number 3. And I
Slick.
can
What up, homie?
It was kind of almost an NFL edition sweep there.
It sucked that I didn't get Burrow in that final.
That I had Josh Allen and Burrow in that.
Yeah.
And that's how Stevie got ahead of me right there.
Slick mess with your mind though. Like when I first met Slick, before I even heard him talk, I was trying to figure out what movie star he looked like. And then he opened his mouth and started talking. I'm like, holy hell, it's Gordon Ramsay. Not a knock, brother. Not a knock. It's just like, yo, I didn't know he was. Of course, the title of the show was Bucs Across the Pond. Maybe I should have picked up on that, but you know that we ain't gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
Johnny, are you frozen?
No, I'm reading.
He's just trying to read his screen.
Cataracts, man.
That's the running joke. Come on, man. That's the running joke. Alex, you're supposed to go with it.
The glasses weren't all the way down, though. That's why. Once the glasses are down at the end of the nose, then I start getting in on the joke.
Shouts out to Nathan Snell, host of Big Nate Sports Talk. It's on all the time, anytime.
I think Nathan should change that to Big Nathan Snell, Big Baltimore Sports Talk.
I thought you were going somewhere completely different with that, and I just held my breath.
Yeah, me too.
Because we got lurkers. Because we got lurkers in the comments.
Yeah,
I'm constantly aware of those guys. Sometimes I'll feed them.
Hey, you just did. Stop it.
Yeah, you just fed them something, all right. Corey Brown.
Like,
what am I doing on here? What's going on?
Okay, so let's get into our picks.
Let's get the picks going. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ben, we have to let you know that
Okay.
we're going to do this in a bracket form, right?
Okay.
All the way.
So we're doing our weekly picks.
Yeah.
We're doing our weekly picks as we go. Then we're also setting up a bracket now to see by the end of the Super Bowl who had the most right.
And once no matter which week it is, once your 2 teams for the Super Bowl are eliminated, you're out.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's like when I do NCAA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
In case you're tired,
February madness.
I love March Madness. That's actually when I like watching college basketball.
And we're gonna discuss that in the
that's what killed
Have At It show. We're gonna do a bracketology and March Madness stuff. So
Count
that'll be cool.
bracketology, ain't that group that Tom Cruise belonged to?
Yeah. Bracketology is actually what saved March Madness because it got the fans interested in doing brackets.
Yeah.
All right.
That's funny.
Let's dive into this. So we'll do the weekly picks first, and then I'll get Anthony and Delilah's brackets just because I have them on this side, and then the rest of us, our brackets are on the other side of the board. So we'll do weekly picks so I can write them all here.
Alex, wait a minute.
And then after that,
Johnny, put that comment back up there. The one that was up there a second ago, please.
Is it?
Anybody else see what I see?
Yeah.
Possible.
No. Read it. Read it
really
I'm trying to
slowly.
read it like
He's
that,
saying-
but all
okay.
I can see is it in the football sense.
No, I get it because Paris is in France. I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Paris is,
Oh,
but that's the
okay,
whole
yeah.
thing. Paris is in France.
Yeah.
Like it can't be in
Right.
Paris or France because Paris is already in France.
Yeah,
Right.
I got
There's
it.
a there's a Paris, Texas.
There is. But
Ah,
are they
I mean,
gonna
we
play
can
football
we
there?
can argue that, but come on, dude. Come on now.
You know what he
Corey, I'm
meant.
just clowning.
You
Don't pay me
know.
no mind. I'm running on very little sleep, so I'm on straight clown mode. I'm fighting
All
very
right.
hard to keep all the voices away.
I keep watching. I want to put you up there with your head against that wall.
All right, let's get this
I'm not leaning
started.
back like Fat Joe. I will pass out.
Seattle at San Francisco.
Niners.
Niners.
I'm going with the upset, Seattle.
Ooh, all right.
I was waiting for you to say Niners. If you'd have said Niners, I'd have put you up on full screen. What happened to Cinderella?
No, I wasn't backing out on that. So then the ladies show too.
By the way,
All right,
great
so-
show tonight.
Thank you.
Waiting to see. I'll see if Alec sent me his picks. No, he didn't.
And he's sleeping.
Alec was supposed to be on the show right now, but
And he's
Yeah.
playing with Jason right now. So.
The only reason I'm asking about his picks is because Delilah, typically what we do is when you're picking by
lone wolf.
yourself, you're the lone wolf, and we copy the NFL Network and do the howl and all that. So currently you're lone wolfing Seattle, but I'm not sure where Alec went.
come on,
Not good.
come on, Nicole. You got a lone wolf it. Oh,
Oh, no way.
come on, Nicole did it. You should have heard Nicole's last week.
Oh,
Okay,
Nicole.
fine. Ooh.
That was a good one.
That was.
Oh, Nicole, yeah, is in the comments too.
The first one from Texas. That's a good one.
I
That is a
love
good
her.
Oh, she's awesome.
Rawr.
We go forever.
That
That's
will
over.
forever be my favorite Nicole
That's
moment.
it, man. We told her that too. Like every
Me
time
too.
we mention the Lions,
me,
you gotta go Lions.
To me, it's that or Yahtzee. To me, those are the two moments with
No,
Nicole
no,
I
no,
will
no,
never
no, no, no,
forget.
no, Yahtzee. No, Yahtzee. No, no.
That was
See,
that was
so
fucking
next
phenomenal.
year, you know, when you're talking to Andrew when he's trying to do nominations, that Nicole has to be submitted for that.
Oh yeah, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
that's awesome.
Nicole, you are now officially a member of the Let's Talk Football family. You have had a moment that will now forever be immortalized on the show.
All right,
Corey,
Chargers
what do you think?
at the Jaguars.
I'm going with the Jaguars.
Same. I said that earlier too, right? So I'm picking my two Cinderella teams.
Yeah, but we're all kind of like we're all hive mind on that one, I think.
Alex is like the guy on Sunday
I
night.
think-
Football,
I don't
the guy
know.
that
A lot of
makes
people are
all-
going for Chargers. I went Jaguars, so I don't know.
Johnny,
I
which
don't-
way did you go?
I'm going Chargers, man. I got to.
I'm with you.
Herbert.
I'm taking the
See?
Chargers as well.
It's not a hype mind.
Marty also took the Chargers, so currently it's a 3-3 split. I think this game's extremely close.
I did too.
Probably
You know
the
what
best
else?
game.
This will be the best game. Yeah, best game of the weekend.
You know what? We
Without a
need to
doubt.
chip in. We need to chip in for a John Madden light board for
No,
Alex.
John Madden.
So he could be drawing on the screen. So here's a guy who went lone wolf. And what you gotta do
This
is
guy.
when you go lone wolf, you gotta howl and you go to
That would be freaking awesome.
Hey, he's he's the one that started all that, and everybody's like,
Yes,
"Oh,
he
this
is.
is."
All right, we got Miami at Buffalo. I got
Oh, come
Buffalo.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% better than Alex.
Yeah,
Much better.
yeah. I'm going easily Bills.
Yeah, I don't think this one is close.
I don't either.
At all.
I mean, Dolphins have their like practice squad quarterback, right? It's not even Bridgewater. Like if Bridgewater would have played, I might have been like, okay, maybe, but they don't even got him.
I
Maybe
think
it's
they're doing the
close.
right thing with Bridgewater and Tua right now.
No, I
I'm
agree.
going
but that's what I mean.
say
like-
that. I was just going to say that. Miami
I agree.
Dolphins, you got to pass because I was about to go
For now.
Sam Jackson on you. I get about to go Sam Jackson on you.
For now.
No, because Tua needs to sit the whole season. I don't care if they get to the Super Bowl. He needs to sit. He could have a ticket. He could sit on the sidelines and see everything, but he need not be dressed out or nothing.
Super Bowl.
Well,
that
I
was
was
screaming.
I was on record saying that that I didn't see any way that they made the playoffs and he didn't start. So I am surprised, to be honest, because I just thought with it being the playoffs and being do or die, you throw anyone in.
But they made it because like other teams lost, because that was like that weird, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like,
yeah, but they still had to win to get in.
no, I know, but like it's just, to me, I feel like that 7th seed was like,
Yeah, the Steelers were the best team to get it, I thought. But
yeah, the Steelers I thought would give Buffalo a better matchup.
Yeah, than any of the other teams. Yeah. I mean, we saw New
Steelers
England
were
doesn't
getting
match
hot.
up well with them, so
The Steelers were getting pretty hot there at the end of the season, man.
they were, yeah.
Absolutely. All right. The Giants at the Vikings. This game was decided by a game-winning field goal late in the season.
Minnesota
Giants.
I think I picked the Giants for this one.
Oh man, I want to.
I picked Vikings.
It's the whole for what is it? A primetime game?
No, it's the second window on Sunday.
No, it's not a primetime game. It's like mid-afternoon or something.
But it is a big game. It is a big game, so I'm going to take Giants.
You're taking the Giants?
Yeah. They don't like it. The Minnesota don't like getting hit in the mouth, and the Giants will hit them in the mouth.
Well, you know, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the mouth, you know?
Exactly.
I also went with the Giants, but Delilah is not lone wolfing because Marty went with the Vikings.
Okay.
So
Delilah's like, cool, I gave you one howl. That's all you get.
I'll give another one. That's cool. Maybe I'll get better as the night goes on.
Tim went Vikings as well, so he wouldn't.
All right. We got Baltimore at Cincinnati.
Bengals.
Cincinnati.
Bengals.
I think I'm gonna root for Cincinnati. They are very fabulous. It's a very fabulous city. There's a radio station there called WKRP I heard about where they once dropped turkeys out of a helicopter, and they have a phenomenal fish sandwich.
If Lamar wasn't trying to get out of a contract and played, I would have been like, cool, Ravens, but I don't blame him at all.
I still would have went with Bengals.
I would have too in a close game.
Yeah.
Burrow, I don't know.
I can't sit here and talk Burrow up like that and then just say no.
Oh yeah. But I think
Burrow carried the whole team on his back, but he can't. Burrow carried the whole team on his back, but he can't be the team that don't have no first starts.
But without Lamar in a way, like
they struggle to score 10 points without Lamar. So it's safe to say the Bengals are going to score more than 10 points.
The Bengals are like Nate. They out here looking to be provoked.
The Ravens struggle to score even with Lamar because of the OC in that office.
I know, man. They really need to change that. Like, I don't know what
Greg Roman's got to go. And by the way, everybody get rid of Greg Roman.
Why not just go fire? That's shorter.
There you
Fire
go.
Greg Roman.
Well, I was
you ain't gonna get people to type out get rid of Greg Roman.
I was gonna pull a Andrew Colbert thing and say,
you two
Greg Roman, but
Alex is like, how about to say fire?
You two, I just realized something, Johnny, Alex. You two, I've been on this show, guessing on this show for a while now, and you two have this weird dynamic where like Johnny, you're like the uncle, you're like the great uncle. And Alex is like the smart ass nephew.
He's exactly like my nephew too. So my nephew is exactly like that.
I always think of Bad Santa.
I was just gonna bring that up. You like to think of that, yeah.
I gotta grow my beard out more for that.
So does that mean that Alex? Does that mean that we missed the solo by Alex in the choir for the Christmas chorale?
You sure did. You sure did. Yeah, I'll have to try and catch it next year.
Man, you've been putting out a lot of guarantees, Nathan.
That's what he does. That's his trademark. He's got to.
Yeah.
All right. The Monday night game, Dallas at Tampa Bay.
I know you guys are going. I might have to lone wolf this one. I'm going Tampa.
I'm going Tampa Bay too.
I'm going Dallas. I think they'll break the curse on Monday.
It's Buccaneers.
Ben, you went Tampa as well? Okay.
No, I went Dallas.
No, Ben.
Oh, sorry.
I forgot.
Yeah, I don't see it. There's something
off and down.
You ever see a guy that just doesn't look like they're just standing around like going, what the hell just happened? Like that totally permanently confused look. That is Dak.
That's Dak.
Like every week, as soon as he throws that pick, he's like,
Well, and I think what's going to happen is it's going to be close. Dak's going to have the ball late, not Brady, and he's going to throw that pick again. I'm going Tampa.
Mike Edwards, touchdown, pick 6.
So Delilah's also she's not lone wolfing because Marty went Cowboys.
I'm saying like Micah Parsons is playing, right? He's going to get a bunch of sacks.
No, because he's just going to continuously get held by Donovan Smith. Donovan Smith is going to have 200 yards and penalty.
No, man.
He's going to be on Tristan Wirfs. That's the weak side, right?
Yeah, that's true.
No, if you're smart, you put him on Smith because that's the weaker of the 2 offensive linemen.
And yeah. Wait. Then they'll put.
Is he?
Then they'll put.
Donovan Smith. Yeah, he just holds all the time.
Then they'll put Lenny blocking him, and he don't like Lenny.
I don't know. I just feel like, and I'm not. This is not me hating on the GOAT. I just feel like the Tampa's just missing out. Like you guys barely won that division. Let's be honest, right? I just feel
I saw something last week in that loss. The first half was a win, and when they pulled,
I just feel like I don't know, man.
The starters, that's when they let it go. So
like you guys say Mahomes, but like Tom Brady, when you get to him, he's very similar. They're very similar in that. Like if you shake Tom Brady, you pick him off. And you hit him.
That's any quarterback. That's not.
There is and there isn't. There's different. We say that, but we know what we're talking. Like there's just if you could keep him off his stride, and they've proven it all season. And if that Cowboys defense that we've known all season that's been stellar, they have to show up. That's really what it is. Like they really need.
Tommy, can you star that comment from Sean Spence? He said he picked Dallas.
He did. I know.
Yeah, star that one.
I don't know. I don't know if he's saying that because he wants to like throw jinx them or something. I don't know.
Maybe Sean knows something we don't.
Where we said with Brady and getting affected by the pressure, obviously him being pretty much a statue at quarterback, that pressure mostly affects him up the middle. And that's where the offensive line is weakest right now. So if I'm Dallas, what I'm actually doing is I'm not having Micah rush off the edge. I'm having him as a blitzing linebacker right up the middle.
Right.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see what who's their defense. I forgot. I'm sorry. I don't know all the coordinators, so I don't know who the defensive coordinator is for the Cowboys.
That's no for Dallas.
Dan Quinn.
The Cowboys. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Cowboys. Isn't that what didn't I say Cowboys?
The former coach of the Atlanta
okay. I was like.
The former coach of the Atlanta Falcons who couldn't formulate a defense for Atlanta to beat Tom Brady, but he got Micah Parsons out there looking like a first ballot Hall of Famer.
You know what? To be fair, Micah's ridiculous though. Did you see him in the he's ridiculously fast for a big guy too. That's what's crazy. Like it's not just like he is insanely fast. Like is that getting hit by Mack truck? It's got to be.
I've been on record saying that I wanted Detroit to trade Stafford to Carolina that year. Because then you would have got probably just two firsts instead of 2 firsts and a third. But we would have had the 8th pick that year after having the 7th pick. We could have walked away with Panay and Micah Parsons. Because it was down to those 2. It sounded like in Fields, actually, were the 3 they were looking at that year. So you could have got Panay and Parsons or Panay and Fields or whatever. But Panay and Parsons would have been so much fun.
Guys, it's the Stephen A. Smith curse.
Everything they're saying about Parsons, we can say that about Devin White. Devin White's fast. Devin White's going to be coming up the middle. Levante David's there. We got Vita Vea in the center coming up after you. Vita Vea will probably have somebody. Oh, and I think what's his name is playing this week too. So Vita's going to have some help. So
it'll be fun to watch, regardless. Monday night.
And I'm pretty sure our secondary is better than Dallas's secondary. So
are you talking about Nassib, Johnny?
No, the guy we got from Chicago.
Hicks.
Oh, Hicks.
Hicks, yeah.
You know that guy.
Yeah. That guy.
And I agree with Sean here. I think it's actually just going to be whoever runs the ball the best.
Yeah.
I think it's the Bucs.
I can see that.
You can run on that Dallas defense.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They've been letting teams run on them all year long, so.
All right. So, and now we'll go our whole bracket here. So, Anthony and Delilah, I'll write in your first round matchups here. You had San Francisco.
Sean, that's not true, buddy, because the Bucs have been averaging Lenny's averaging 4 point something yards carry, and so is Rashad White. I think Rashad White's actually averaging like 6.
Dude, every time you say Lenny, it throws me. I'm thinking about Lenny Williams. That's the first person I think of when I hear the name Lenny, and then I think of Lenny from Mice and Men.
Well,
we'll see. I don't think they go beyond Dallas, but their matchup against Dallas is favorable.
Yeah, it's perfect matchup for us. Really,
we couldn't ask for a better matchup. If we'd have been facing 49ers or Eagles or somebody like that, then I would have went with them.
Okay, so I'm just going to do their brackets before flipping to ours on the other side. So, Anthony, I'll start with you for the second round matchups. You currently in the NFC have Philly versus the Giants and San Francisco versus Tampa.
Dallas was last month.
I got who versus whom? Philly versus who?
Philly versus the Giants.
I'm gonna go with Philly for that one.
And Tampa, San Fran.
I'm gonna go with San Fran for that one.
All right. And then your AFC, you have Kansas City, Jacksonville.
This is where I veer off the beaten path. I think Jacksonville pulls it this year. I know it sounds stupid.
Okay.
It's possible that Jacksonville defense is pretty.
But we gonna put a little siracha on top of the pumpkin pie right now.
And then Buffalo, Cincinnati.
Ooh, friggy fraggy. I think Buffalo pulls this one out.
All right, and then you have Philly hosting San Fran.
San Fran with the upset of the NFC leading so far. Eagles.
All right, and then you have Buffalo hosting Jacksonville.
Buffalo ends the dream here.
All right, and then you've got both 2 seeds, San Francisco and Buffalo. Who wins the Super Bowl?
Josh Allen in a tight one with a fourth quarter comeback, with a fourth quarter winning drive.
All right.
Why your white boys sound like 2 people trying to be quiet having sex in the next room while everybody else is in the living room watching TV?
It's because I've got it like 3/4 locked, so it can just move like this. But he can't slide it all the
That's
way.
what you always had, that one real loud drunk dude like, yo, mute the TV real quick. Yo, he in there getting it.
All right, Delilah, your NFC, you have Philly hosting Seattle.
Philly.
Yeah. And then you have where is the, oh yeah, right, because you had San Francisco losing. You have Minnesota hosting Dallas.
I didn't realize I was going to put myself in that position. All right. Only because I like Cat. I'm going to go with the Vikings.
All right.
Because she picked the winner last year, so maybe that's what it is. I'm gonna
On the AFC side, you have Kansas City hosting Jacksonville.
Kansas City.
And then you have Buffalo hosting Cincinnati.
Cincy.
Oh, okay. I like it. And then Kansas City hosting Cincinnati. Does Patty Mahomes finally get one over Joe Burrow, or does Joey go to 4-0?
No, I think Patty in the playoffs is again different.
All right, and then in the NFC, you have Philly hosting Minnesota.
Yeah, damn,
One of Scott Thaller's birds in there.
Oh, I have a parrot. Sorry.
Oh, that's you?
Yeah, I have a parrot.
Yeah.
Greg
Scott's
does
got
it, like every time I do round table, like Anthony talks about it all the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh my god. All right. All right, Philly.
Philly, all right. So you got the 2 1 seeds where Anthony had the 2 seeds. So who wins the Super Bowl? Is it Philly or Kansas City?
Kansas City.
All right.
Mahomes gets his second Super Bowl.
All right, now time to flip this over. So when Alec gets here, if he gets here, he has a bracket as well.
I'm waiting for you to lean back in that chair.
No, not happening. That's why I've got my arm like planted on the chair here, on the arm, so I can't.
I wish I had seen your brother flip like that.
Oh, I wish I would have seen it too. I was on the phone with him when it happened. That would have been hilarious. All right, Ben, let's start with you. So just because you're right here, so it's easier for me to write it. All right, so you had Tampa over Dallas, right?
Yes, I do.
And then you had the Giants and San Francisco?
Well, I got the Giants over the Vikings, so that would mean they're the little seed. Got it.
They
Yeah.
would play, yeah. Just wanted to get the bracket set.
Cool.
And then in the AFC, you had the Jaguars, right?
Yep.
And then Buffalo, and then Cincinnati, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So let's just start with the AFC since I'm over here. Kansas City, Jacksonville,
Kansas City.
and Buffalo, Cincinnati.
I'm going Cincinnati
All right.
on the road. Yeah.
All right. Philly and the Giants.
Philly.
Tampa, San Fran.
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Close, but San Francisco.
I agree. All right. We got Philly, San Fran.
I'm going San Fran. I think they could beat Philly. Their defense is going to do enough.
All right. Now I'll ask you the same question I asked Delilah. Does Joey B go 4-0 on Patty Mahomes, or does Mahomes get his first win over him?
We're going to get the match that I thought we were going to get last year, but we didn't. So I'm going Cincinnati. It's going to be the Niners and Bengals in the Super Bowl. In my
All
Super Bowl.
right.
Yeah.
And who wins your Super Bowl? It's a hell of a game.
It is. I think it comes down to the quarterback. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Burrow is going to get his first ring.
All right.
Cincinnati.
Okay.
I just got a feeling this is.
Delilah has a co-host who'll be very happy to hear you say that.
Oh, very close last year.
Especially if her number one doesn't make it all the way over there. I know she'll settle for Joe Burrow.
Yeah. All right. Well, he just got here, so let's bring him in and get his going right away.
Well,
How's it going, Alec?
Wait a minute. You can just copy Ben's and put it on mine, except for change the teams around at the Super Bowl.
All right.
Just saying
I gotta hop off. I'm a teacher, so I'm actually past my bedtime.
All right. So just before you go,
Yeah.
just take a second to promote yourself here. Where can they find you?
Oh, hey. I didn't explain to my feet pop up like that. All right, so you can catch me on Tuesday nights on the round table with one of your other co-hosts here, Mr. Anthony Handy and Mr. Nick Rosario, also co-host, and Sean behind the scenes, but he does pop on and still co-host as well sometimes. So you catch me on Tuesday nights. And on Thursdays, it's the All Ladies Show with Kate, who is Tom Brady's #1 fan. That's how she always signs on. Miss Nicole, my friend from the north. I love that she joined the ladies team. Miss Ash Swinton, who came back. She actually started with myself, Kate, and Janae in the beginning. So I'm glad she's back. So there's 5 of us on that show now. With Janae, one of the OGs, as everybody knows, she started the original LTF podcast with Sean many moons ago. And so you can catch me with her as well on Thursdays with the other ladies. And then I'll pop on, and I'll guest host sometimes and pop in and say, hey.
That's cool.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, Delilah.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
This
you,
was fun.
Delilah. Good night,
Okay.
Delilah.
All right. Good night.
Have a good one. All right. So I guess we'll replace it back to 5 with Alec. How's it going, Alec?
Just say I might be in and out because my friend's subathon's still going on, and all the mods on the Twitch stream is they're all asleep, so I gotta stay awake while monitoring their stream.
Well, then let's just get your bracket done here quick. We're setting our whole playoff bracket now. So we're doing the weekly picks as we go. Obviously, just because if, say, Miami and Baltimore were to somehow win and they played each other, and you picked Buffalo and Cincinnati, then you don't have a pick for that game. So we'll do those weekly picks as we go, but then we want to get a whole bracket and see who can get closest to being right.
Gotcha.
All right. So we'll start with the AFC. We'll go Jacksonville and the Chargers. Who you got?
I got Jacksonville.
All right. Cincinnati, Baltimore.
Fudge. Pov team.
Who you got? Cincinnati, Baltimore.
Cincinnati.
All right, so they'll be here. And Buffalo, Miami.
I got Buffalo in that one.
All right, so Jacksonville goes there. We'll just finish off the AFC side while we're here. Kansas City, Jacksonville.
Oh, we're doing the whole thing? I thought it was like
the whole bracket.
Oh, fudge. All right.
Yeah, you're getting your Super Bowl champion now.
Yeah.
Oh, Kansas City.
If as soon as your teams are eliminated, like the Super Bowl teams you pick,
It's like a bracket like the bracketology, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing.
Yep.
So you got Kansas City over Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Buffalo, Cincinnati.
Buffalo.
All right. And Kansas City, Buffalo at Atlanta.
Buffalo.
All right. Buffalo in the Super Bowl. All right, let's move to the NFC. I will start with your guys' game, Tampa and Dallas.
It's a tough one.
It's a good game.
Yeah.
I mean, it all depends on what team shows up, honestly.
Well,
If
you gotta
Todd
pick
Bowles
one.
actually,
Well, that's
it's either
very
if Todd
good.
Bowles, it's either if Todd Bowles actually cares. So, fuck it, I'll say Bucs. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
All right.
Fuck it.
Giants and Vikings.
Giants.
All right. So we'll put
Kirk
that
Cousins
there.
is a fraud.
Seattle and San Francisco.
Whoo. I think I'm be the one.
I thought you were sarcastic. Woo there. Are you picking Seattle?
Oh,
Are you picking Seattle?
it's itching there, but I'm gonna pick San Fran. It was getting there.
All right.
I do have Seattle plus 10, so that's about it.
Wow.
That's a little risky, to be honest.
So was Michigan minus 7.5.
Yeah. Don't even get me started on that. Philly hosting the Giants.
They say it was who?
Philly hosting the Giants.
I got Philly in that one.
All right. And Tampa going to San Francisco.
Oh, San Fran. By a long mile.
All right.
Long one.
Philly hosting San Francisco.
Eagles.
All right. We've had a different Super Bowl matchup by almost everyone so far. Ben and Johnny matched, but otherwise it's been different every time. All right.
I mean,
so between Philly and Buffalo, who do you got? Who wins the Super Bowl?
I'm going with the team of destiny. I'm going with Buffalo.
All right. Is that just so you can go to your mom's place?
No, I'm not taking leave for that time. I'm going to Florida in March.
All right.
Next year.
My bracket, I picked San Fran. I picked Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. Did I? No, I picked the Giants. Okay. Well, the Giants go here. And I had Tampa, I believe. How do I forget what I picked already? I this side I remember,
Alec, what's
though.
good, man?
I had Buffalo, I had Cincinnati, and I had the Chargers.
Watch this.
What?
Huh?
No, I heard watch this, so I turned around to watch.
See, your kids are going to love you when you have kids. They're gonna be like, Daddy, watch this. You go, but what? And then they skip and kick themselves in the butt and they go, Did you see it? And you go, yeah, that was cool.
That was great.
Yeah, you want to see it again?
Wait, who?
Apparently me.
Oh.
All right. So my second round, I had Philly beating the Giants. I have San Fran beating Tampa. I had Buffalo beating Cincinnati. And I actually have the Chargers beating Kansas City.
Is this breaking news?
And then I'm going to go with Anthony's Super Bowl matchup. I'm going 49ers and Bills. And I'm going to take... who am I going to take?
While you're deciding that, CNN just announced that Lisa Marie Presley died at age 54.
Yeah, that broke.
Right near the beginning of our show, I heard it in the comments.
It was more like 6:30, 7 o'clock. It was right when I got home.
Wow, man, that's
okay.
She had a heart attack right after the Golden Globes, apparently.
Huh.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll with Buffalo.
Elvis's only kid, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Wow. He's got there's grandkids though.
Okay. Yeah. That's too bad.
The legacy will live on. What were you gonna try and go challenge the estate? he's like this grandkids. Oh, that's too bad.
I would just joke around during a time like this, Anthony.
No, the only thing that I can see the only thing Ben wanting if he challenges the estate is a toilet that Elvis supposedly died on.
No.
In Vegas, that would be a moneymaker.
No, I don't want those.
Seriously, dude, think about it. You could have the actual toilet, and then you could do like those street performers and paint yourself and then be like Elvis, but all painted up in silver. And you just do this bit where you just lean off the toilet like this. People just walk by and put money in the too soon.
Hey, Anthony, remember that episode of Married with Children where Ted saw like Hal's shirt was stained at looked like Elvis? She tried to sell it for like.
Oh yeah.
God,
they were doing the man.
Those Bundys were trying to figure out all kinds of crazy ways to make money.
Yep, and they still couldn't.
So, Alex, where are you at in your picks now?
I picked Buffalo.
I didn't hear any of them because you hesitated so much. I can't remember your pick.
He just let us talk it. He just let us talk it out while we wrote on the wall. That way, he was like, "Good." There's nobody paying me no looking at the back of my head.
Okay, so with my second round, I had Philly beating the Giants. I had San Fran beating Tampa. To finish off the NFC, I had San Fran beating Philly to win the NFC. In the AFC, I had Buffalo beating Cincinnati, and I had the Chargers beating Kansas City. And then I had Buffalo beating the Chargers and Buffalo beating the Niners. So my Super Bowl champion is the Buffalo Bills.
The only team in the AFC that honestly I think compares with the NFC's defenses is Cincinnati. That's why I went the way I went. But the San Francisco-Cincinnati game, it can go either way, in my opinion. Because
I think the Chargers offensively could attack those NFC defenses well enough.
I don't.
Williams and Allen and Eckler and.
Well, for one, they don't have a healthy Mike Williams. I think he's out.
They're just now getting Slater back too. So.
Yeah.
And
is Bosa?
That's why I said could. Bosa's playing. Yep, he was in last week.
Well, he got hurt though.
Yeah, he got hurt last week.
He got hurt again last week?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Joey Bosa? Yeah.
I will look that up.
Yeah.
To see if he's playing.
But the NFC, even the weaker teams like the Commanders,
both Williams and Bosa are playing.
Have really strong defenses, and Look at the Panthers. They got a good defense. The Commanders have a great defense.
Why are we talking about teams that didn't make the playoffs?
Giants have great defense. I think defenses win Super Bowls, and that's how I look at it. I think it's going to be an NFC team. Although the matchup with the Bengals, to me, the Bengals are the best team in the AFC with defense. As far as offense and defense complementing each other, and their running game. If they get Joe Mixon going,
and when you added the running game, yes. Otherwise, I would have still said Buffalo personally. But
Buffalo's got a defense, but they have a lot of holes in that defense. It's the scheme that they run on the defense. It's not exactly the players; it's the scheme. And there's a lot of holes in that defense that they got to learn to shore up, or get Dean Pease out of retirement.
No, their players don't match that scheme. They're not a 3-4 defense.
No.
Who's a good 4-3?
I was being sarcastic because Dean Pease ain't coming out of retirement. So
yeah,
but they would really love to give Pease a chance.
I knew you.
Like pigs and parrots.
I don't care if that joke bombed. That was a great try.
Right there, it was right there. You said it and turned around and left the door open. Oh dear God.
Only on the NFL edition on Bucs Report.
All right.
You notice in the title of the show, I put fun too. So
yeah, predictions, picks, and fun. We're at the fun part now. All right. Did anyone learn anything from last week?
Yeah, we learned a lot last week. We learned that there's a lot of coaches that are going to be fired. We learned some coaches need to be fired. We learned there's teams that are shooting way above their head out there, including the Bucs, but not with Dallas. I don't see that with Dallas. The matchups are too good for the Bucs, and oh my God, if Dak Prescott has another year like he did this year, he's going to be considered in the Jameis Winston's tone.
Seriously, a quarterback with all of the stats that say that he should be the biggest beast in the league, that just cannot get over the hump.
Yeah.
I mean that's all it was on the four. That's all it was on the 4-letter today. We have.
I knew Sean was going here.
Yeah. I was waiting for that name to come up all show long.
I've been looking. I almost brought it up a couple times, but I was like, nope. Let Sean do it. Let Sean do it.
I hinted at it earlier when I was talking about the Commanders might need a quarterback, but
he
didn't go there yet. Now he did. Finally, Sean.
I learned that if we had an 8th team in the playoffs in each conference, Detroit would be in it. And should have been.
It'd be Detroit.
I learned that Detroit turned it up this year, but should have turned it up one game sooner.
Well, here's what I learned. Here's what
Seattle.
What I'm about to tell y'all, I'm not just now learning because I've been a fan of this team for 40-something plus years. But as always, when the season doesn't matter, the Falcons can actually play really good.
I learned here. I think me and Ben can both agree on this one. We learned, and probably you, we learned depth is the key to winning football. Our depth is still in serious doubt right now for the Buccaneers. We have to build those trenches with depth, not just the starters, but we have to have starters at second string as well as first string, man.
100%. And I'll
Alec,
say,
did you? Oh, go ahead, Ben.
I was going to say real quick, bouncing off Anthony's comment. We're going to put Arthur Smith on the hot seat already because if he doesn't.
This is first season. I think he gets at least one more.
It'll be his third next year.
Yeah, no, he's year 2.
Oh, he's in year 2. Yeah. Okay. Well, the seat's definitely warming up then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I think he's in the same boat as Rob Saleh.
Yep.
I think
Saleh is already on. They've already got him red hot on the hot seat. So I don't know what's going on with that. I think Saleh did a pretty good job putting the team together, and he has a good team there. It's the quarterback that's lacking in that team, and what Saleh's defense was solid all year, but he's not a defensive coordinator anymore. He's a head coach, so he's got to get the right people in the right position. If he gets rid of his defensive coordinator and goes and gets a good offensive coordinator, and
Well, I already got rid of him,
and goes and gets somebody that's really good and stable, then I think.
Sean, it learned our owner sucks. Oh wait, I already knew that.
You think, Sean? And that's not me hating. That's me commiserating. I feel so bad for Commanders fans. I really do.
Yeah.
Johnny, are you laughing at what I think you're laughing at?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Paint the room.
Just don't do it on camera. Oh.
I'll mute the microphone, but you'll be able to tell.
It's a little bit fuzzy right in front of you there. I mean, that might be steam coming up or something.
I'll put another one. I'll put another guy on the hot seat. Kevin Stefanski in Cleveland.
Yep.
Next year, he's got to get it going.
He goes from coach of the year to on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Yep. I thought there might have been questions.
You know what I learned this week?
Huh.
I learned that 65 is more than 7. By a lot.
I knew you were going there.
Well played.
I learned it.
Let's go back to Stefanski real quick.
I learned that if you added one and you put another one with it, that make 2.
And
if you add them together, if you
more than 3 necessarily,
and if you add the one with the mute my microphone.
I want to go back to Stefanski, damn it.
Go ahead.
Okay. Stefanski's getting fired because his owners are fucking nutheads. Yeah. He don't have a quarterback. And they go out and get, you know what?
The Predator.
Yeah. And Stefanski's got to deal with that friggin' mess. That's if he gets fired, it's on the ownership. It's really nothing he's done. Because what was their weakness all year long? That friggin' quarterback position and wide receivers that they've lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They only had Cooper
and the quarterbacks week.
And Peoples-Jones here and there.
Yeah, occasionally.
He'd show up a couple games and disappear for 8. And
well, which is he, Peoples or Jones? Because
Jones Peoples.
It's Peoples-Jones.
People Jones.
You know, one of them has to show up next year.
Yeah, flip a coin. Is it Peoples or Jones that shows up?
Yeah.
We also learned that Tua can't play football anymore. If they allow him back in the league, they're asking for it.
Yeah. Seriously, he shouldn't even say, look, like Andy Murphy said in life, say one more thing about my daddy's watch. If I fit you, your mouth go, whoop, whoop, I'm whooping your ass, Ray. It's like if Tua say somebody need to just tell well, they can't whoop his ass. They just need to grab him and tell him to sit down.
Who are you asking about, Sean?
Ron Rivera. He brought this up before.
Rivera's on a warm seat, I believe.
It's warm, yeah.
But everywhere Rivera goes is warm. It was warm with the Panthers. Then he goes to the champion, Super Bowl. Thank you.
I'll
say that word. And then it got cold, and then it got warm again, and he got out of there. So,
you know why Johnny can't say championship?
Don't say it.
Because I got all of them right over here. Let's go, baby.
He went.
Let's go.
When you said you'd been a fan of the team for however many years it was, I thought you were going there right off the bat. I thought you were taking it there straight off the rip.
Well, I mean, I've also been a fan of Atlanta. I've also been a fan of the Falcons for that long too. So,
since Sean asked about it, let's discuss the Washington team. Do you want Ron there, Sean?
No, because I think he deserves better. I really do.
Yeah.
Well, I think Ron deserves better than that.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate it.
That's what he means, yeah.
Sean and gone and got the Michael Jackson treatment. Look at him. He looking a whole lot more fair skinned. No, he deserves better. Wait, what?
Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't know Sean was a ventriloquist.
He does deserve better than that ownership. So if they get rid of Ron, consequently,
You're not going to find a better coach.
right.
Right.
I feel kind of the same way about Stefanski over there in the Browns too. So who are you going to replace him with? Who wants that job? I think the Texans' job, as far as the team, the players he's got, that's a good job. That's a destination job. But the ownership takes away from that. So who are they going to get?
Well, I think that's one of the catch-22s of just the NFL in general. We already know right now where the good franchises are and where the crappy franchises are. Like, there are good franchises that have bad years just because there's a lull or something like that or whatever.
Mhm.
But then there are bad franchises that are just bad franchises.
I can't really put that all on Ron Rivera. Look at their GM, Dennis Allen.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm stopping
Yeah.
when I say franchise, I'm not talking about anybody from the coach down. I'm talking about from the front
GM
office up.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not putting any of that on the coaches. I mean, you know what I'm saying? How can you be a coach?
I
you being
only got
hamstrung,
one
like
thing
who?
to say about that right there. Yeah, I was questioning their I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to go there. Shit. When they drafted,
You might well go ahead and say it now.
Yeah, you can't back out now.
Look, man, you can't be in a you can't be in an argument. You can't be in an argument.
Let me explain
Go
it.
ahead.
You said go for it. I'm going for it. I was questioning their roster decisions when they drafted that quarterback. Just saying, man.
You talking Sam?
And I know that guy over there, whoops, wrong way. There, he was questioning it too.
Because they had traded for Wentz, yeah. I like the idea of Sam Howell in the 5th round.
Oh yeah,
I thought he should have gone 3rd round, but
no, I was talking about Wentz.
Ownership.
Oh, Wentz.
I said drafted that quarterback that night.
Yeah.
Ownership and GM wanted Wentz. I don't think Rivera necessarily wanted.
But I was
No,
talking
Rivera
about
didn't want Wentz.
That's the thing. Like, most of these guys that take these head coaching jobs, they're like, well, I haven't gotten any other offers. I'll go in here. I'll make some kind of a splash, maybe get a second, 3rd year, and then I'll roll that over into something else. And the money's not bad, so they take the position.
And yes to that too.
They take the position, and then I mean, you see what Houston did to Lovie Smith. That was just flat out dirty. I mean, he left a little steaming pile on the front door stoop rug on the way out the door. But you know what I'm saying.
Have a good night, Nicole. Sleep tight, whatever you say.
Whatever you say, like she says it in a different language.
No, I say it in a different language, so I have to say it so that other people understand it.
Oh, okay.
He says it in 9 different ways to his baseball team.
As a point of emphasis, right there, you didn't get it. I speak in a different language than most people. I speak this.
That's why I love the Sam Howell pickup. If he came out in the draft the year before, he would have gone top 10. He was up there. No, he was up there.
He had an impressive. What was it? Was it the East-West Shrine game he played in?
Yeah, but if you look at his 20, what would that have been? 2020 season, he played very well, and he was up amongst the top of the draft, but not quite top 10, but with a good Shrine game. And that sort of
how did we look at that draft? It wasn't. That was the for quarterbacks at all.
That was the Lawrence draft.
Right. And
he would have.
Well, see, I had that draft valued very low with quarterbacks because the best of the bunch was the guy that went to Pittsburgh and the Jags Lawrence draft, and you know how I felt about that. The kid in New York, the MILF.
Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson. So, yeah, I didn't have a high value on the quarterbacks in that draft at all. I had a pretty high rating on Lawrence.
I didn't think the generational talent that everyone else thought at that point.
still don't.
And then my second was Fields, and then my third was Lance. Fourth was Jones. My fifth was actually Wilson. But
Everything I didn't like about Lawrence is still there. It's just that Peterman has taken away those opportunities for Lawrence to screw up. You know?
Yeah.
And
well, and this is why I agree with Sean.
Etienne has been amazing for Lawrence there.
Yeah. Now, the reason I agree with Sean about Sam Howell, I don't know if I would say top 10, but first round, is because he had all those weapons, and then he came back for a senior season, and all those weapons were gone. So it was a Will Levis situation this year where he didn't really have anything to work with, and it kind of hurts them a little bit. But the way Sam Howell played before, he would have gone first round. Jim, sorry, I've seen this comment a few times. I've been trying to find a time to bring it up. What do you guys think about the Cowboys being 1-4 on natural grass? Think it might be the Bucs' secret weapon.
It could be. I mean, there are teams that can't play on grass.
Mm-hmm.
Saints are a team that don't play well on grass. Minnesota, they don't really play well on grass.
But hell, with most of your practice facility and your home playing field is turf.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
I get why a lot of stadiums go to turf, because I mean that grass is a bear to maintain. I don't have anybody playing football on my front lawn, and I've got to be out in that bad boy every weekend. Sometimes two days out of the weekend just to keep it looking nice.
In Florida, it's different than the rest of the league playing on grass too, because in Florida, underneath the grass is sand. It's not regular soil like you get in other places. It's sand, which makes it a little bit more squishy.
Is that the precise football term they use, Johnny? Was squishy?
Nope.
Okay.
Not a bit. I just could not think of another word for it.
The American Football
That's a great
Dictionary,
comment.
squishy, unit of measurement, used to determine the
You have
rebound
to-
factor
you
of
have
the
to play
field.
on it to understand what I'm saying, so I just tried to get some kind of relative opinion there, relative term. Thank you.
Jim says exactly Evans is fast on Florida grass.
Yeah, and he runs pretty fast on the football field too.
Yeah, that Florida grass is pretty good. Dak
telling you.
Prescott, Dallas, 15 receptions this season, tied for most in the NFL, and he didn't even play all the game.
Oh, Christopher. Dallas should be great on grass.
Did they have Ricky Williams at one time?
No.
Now Ricky went to the
They did not.
Saints.
Saints and
And the Dolphins.
Dolphins. That's it. We should have been great on that Florida grass.
There was one there's one sports like auction site I use, and Ricky Williams actually signs helmets for like say the Dolphins, and it's he'll put like Ricky Williams 34 share blunts not carries, like that kind of shit. Like he'll have so many weed references on these helmets and he just signs them and gives them away. It's so great to just look at all those.
I've seen one out a signature of his with the pot leaf beside it. His
Yeah.
pot leaf, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ain't got no shame in his game. He don't need to either. He was a badass, dude. Give him a blunt and let him play football.
Speaking of pot. Well, you said pot, and it reminded me of Popeyes. Don't ask me why. There's some kind of correlation there. I wonder what it is.
You want that Popeyes chicken?
You're talking about the kid in the pop that's now.
Yes. Have y'all seen it? The kid in the meme where he's standing in Popeyes and one is like,
oh yeah. Now he's playing Div 2
ball. And Twitter has started a campaign they started tagging Popeyes to get this kid an NIL deal.
And I thought it got through.
I haven't seen any news as of today.
Oh, okay.
I have not been up to date on any social media news today. I'm still 2 days behind with the loss of Jeff Beck.
Yeah.
Dude, I was watching Tuesday, the day he died. I was watching Top Gear, and they had Ronnie, the Rolling Stones guy, Ronnie, whatever his name, Ronnie Woods on, and he was telling a story about him and Jeff Beck the same day. And it was a recorded show, so it happened years ago when the show came out. But It was, to me, that irony hit me that I was just listening to Ronnie Woods talk about Jeff Beck, and then I turned it off and see the news where Jeff Beck passed away. I'm like, wow.
It's funny how we have these. I'm a firm believer that we have some type of abilities that are just untapped. They're lying just beneath the surface. Maybe not like X-Men mutant level abilities.
Right.
We all have some type of abilities. I mean, I remember as a kid, I would talk up family members and be like, "We haven't seen so and so in a while," and they would call and be like, "Hey, we're down the road at the gas station. We're coming to see you." This is back when your family just used to hop in the car and come to see you.
Yep.
When you used to be happy to see people show up at your doorstep.
Yeah,
I still do that shit. So, what are you talking about? Used to be.
Well, the world is a whole lot different now than it used to be.
I haven't been out of my house in 3 years. What are you talking about?
Damn, bro. Well, hell, I can't say shit. I just went back to the office myself the middle of last year.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't handle all.
I got to get some more sunshine. Bring out the sheen in my pretty skin. You know why my skin is glowing so bright today? Because I'm full of euphoria. Why? I'm glad you asked.
I wonder why.
Go dogs.
Tell us.
Dog.
Man, that game was
It
over
has been
like 7
scientific-
minutes
it's
into
been-
the game.
It has been scientifically proven that there is exactly 65 different types of nutrients that you need to get in every meal in every balanced meal in order to reach peak nutrition. And 7 that
65,
you should avoid at all costs.
What are the 7?
Hell, if I know, that's just what I read in the paper.
0.1 through 7 for TCU.
I honestly
It is.
thought he was
It
good.
absolutely is. It's the
Balance-
65 points for the Georgia and the 7 points for TCU.
Okay, yeah. I missed it.
That just went.
No,
What
to
he
be honest,
said.
I'm trying to listen to that and watch a Jalen Hurts interview too at the same time.
Damn, I did. He blew off my joke for Jalen Hurts. It won't be the first time Jalen hurt my team.
Sean says someone put Handy on a pitch count. That game was too much of a blowout for this.
Sean, don't start. Remember, you was the one that's like, bro, you gonna be on one. I have been on one all night. I just been subtle with it.
Yeah, daggone chicken wings mid-game.
Bro, listen, it would not have done for me to have been at that game, especially have front row seats. I'd be like, bro, is them lemon pepper? Can a brother get a couple? I'd have heard about those. I never had them before.
Did you guys hear Kirby Smart's pregame
Yes.
speech there? That was insane. If you haven't seen it, go take a look.
Kirby Smart's pregame speech, if they played it on mainstream radio and television, you probably would have gotten all of 15 words of it. The entire rest of it would have been bleeped out.
If that. Talking about
Dedication.
bury a motherfucker.
Give him
And,
the beer, dude.
I'll be completely honest. I didn't even watch that game.
We got to find a team that's going to compete with the Dogs next year because I don't want another championship game like that. That shit was so boring.
I mean, I didn't even watch it. Like when you guys had your little live stream thing, I literally woke up 10 minutes before because I didn't care to watch that game. Like I literally watched like a kickoff, saw Georgia scored. I was like, "Yeah, this game's."
Oh,
Georgia scored 7 points, and he's like, "Yeah, fuck this game, it's over."
Like, no, I'm
he
saying how
does that with
bad
every game, though, doesn't he? If you
But
follow
look
the
how it
stats, man, he
ended.
does that
Was
with
I
every
wrong?
game.
Was I wrong in this situation?
At that point, yes, because they had only scored 7, so TCU could have matched it.
Yeah, it couldn't be over when it just started. There's 4 more quarters or 3 whole quarters to play.
Well, no, let's be real. This game was over not even 10 minutes into the fucking game. Like
Right.
this game was.
If I fought my sleep to stay
When
up
it
to
hit
watch that,
21 to
I'll be
0
mad I
or
didn't get
whatever it was,
those
man,
4
I was
hours
like,
back.
okay, I'm turning it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, fellas, you know if you add 4 quarters together, you get 65.
I thought that was 3.
No, because they scored the 2 final touchdowns in the 4th quarter. Like Kirby Kirby pulled all the starters, and then the second string came
That's
out and
right,
said,
he
"Let
did.
me
They
get
did,
some."
yeah.
He really used his timeouts to pull his star players. He's just like, okay, Stetson go on for a play. Not timeout, get the fuck out. Okay, Keely Ringo, all of them go out. Not timeout, get the fuck off. Like, it was just like, I mean, they deserved it, but
I felt bad for
At
the
least-
TCU fans there.
At least
'Cause,
you
like, the
didn't pull a
video
Jimmy
was, like, all the
Johnson. He
rain.
took the knee at the end.
yeah, the rain was only hitting the TCU fan section. Like,
Oh my god!
it was bad.
They were drowning in piss that night. Straight drowning. It was quite terrible. But
Well, that's enough internet for me tonight. Good night, folks.
Oh,
That sounds like
my
a
God.
penthouse letter. Is it like every one of Jason's comments is like a letter to penthouse?
do you see the preseason rankings next year?
No, I haven't seen them yet.
So Georgia's obviously won.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious if they knocked him down. Like
They did last year.
They did last year.
That's
The funniest part was when they had the Nick Saban, like where David Pollock was saying something about Georgia
Oh,
taking-
yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
Georgia's
Nick Saban's
taking over
reaction.
college football, and Nick Saban, looked like he
He looked like he was looking for something. He looked like he was low key looking for something to hit David Pollock with under the
yeah. What?
What are you
You
doing?
good over there?
Alec?
What?
I was talking about Johnny. He's like, oh shit, and like fumbling and like.
because Lamar Jackson's comments
Oh, where he said he's not playing this week.
where he lists his entire injury status. He took
Yeah.
that out. He took
Wait a
that
second,
out
find
of
that shit.
the organization's hands and just did it himself. Put out there exactly what injuries he has.
Okay, well let's talk Lamar. Does he start the season in Baltimore Raven next year?
I do not know. If you'd have asked me that 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, I said 100%. But now,
Yep.
now
Maybe.
it's starting to-
It's a 50-50 right now.
I'm gonna go yes. He'll get the tag.
I don't think he will be. If Greg Roman is still there next year, I don't think Lamar will either.
I think he
Greg
gets the
Roman's
tag
the
before the
answer to
bat.
that team.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
Lamar-
he'll get tagged as well.
Yeah, tag. I keep forgetting. All right. His own decision, I think Lamar would leave. Okay.
I agree.
And if Greg Roman's there, I think he may stay if Greg Roman's gone and they bring in a new OC that's got a more dynamic game plan. But with this game, Lamar's already badmouthed this shit. You know what I mean? He's already said things about it. So
Now, if I'm Baltimore, what I do is I put that transition tag on him, so then other teams can still try and sign him. But if anyone signs him, you get 2 firsts for him.
right. If I was Baltimore, I'd get rid of Greg Roman and put the transition tag on him.
Well, yeah.
Would it be really bad is if Baltimore hired New England's offensive coordinator.
Matt Patricia, who just got
you
fired.
know
I thought you said that-
Mac Jones was cussing him out on the sidelines every
He's
single
not
week.
an offensive coordinator, though. He was a defensive coordinator all his fucking career.
But he's a fucking rocket scientist, so he should be able to call offensive plays.
Fuck that.
Don't even get me fucking
Matt
started on Matt
Patricia.
Patricia.
Is he seriously like a
For a
rocket
fucking
scientist?
laminated sheet.
Yeah.
A pencil for a laminated sheet. How in the fuck does that make sense?
Oh, you were being
Fucking rocket
sarcastic
scientist.
about the rocket scientist. I thought
No, he's legitimately smart enough to be a rocket science. Like,
Okay, 'cause I was
he
gonna
went to
ask-
school for it.
I was going to answer the question: is it like the Life Imitates Art with a girl playing a neuroscientist on Big Bang
No,
Theory?
there's only one real rocket scientist in fucking football, and that's that quarterback that was playing. What was his name?
You don't even know his name.
No, he's a backup. Why would I know a backup quarterback?
You talking about Fitzmagic?
No, he's talking about Joshua Dobbs.
Dobbs, yeah.
Well, Fitzmagic graduated for Harvard. That means he got to be pretty.
No, but
smart.
Dobbs is legit. Works for
Uh,
NASA, is a physicist.
yeah.
He was the control man for NASA when they fucking ran that satellite into the asteroid to change its course.
Yep.
And that killed the topic.
Great radio, guys.
Great murdered that son of a
No.
bitch.
No, that wasn't what killed it for me. I'm taking shallow breaths right now.
Okay. Let's move over to the other quarterback that's changing teams. Does Derek Carr get traded?
Traded? No. I think
They're not going to get anything out of it.
it's not that. It's just that the point is, why would a team trade for somebody if they just wait? He's going to be on the market.
Yeah.
Especially with the handful of quarterbacks that are coming into the league too.
Yeah.
The only way you trade for him is if you're a team that's not certain he'd sign with you in free agency. If you think he'd pick other teams over you, you go trade for him.
Yeah, and you have to force them to take at least half of that fucking package.
But still, Carr has the final say, though.
Yep.
He has the no.
Now if it's a team he'd still be interested in going to, it's just not at the top of his list for, say, free agency, then I could see.
It benefits Carr to get traded because he starts out with his money. All right. Whatever they decide, if the Raiders pay half of that or a quarter of that, and then the new team has to take it, whatever. That guaranteed money was going to make the team sit back and say, let's just wait till he gets cut. Then we can negotiate on him on a fresh deal.
I think the Raiders are going to take less value to take no money. Right. I think they'll take a third-round pick to just get rid of that whole contract.
Which brings me back to the Bucs. There's a strong possibility he goes there. In a trade,
you guys already got to kill $50 million before
in a trade between Brady and Bucs. That I'm not worried about a $50 million deal because there's a lot of these free agents that are going to be gone.
The Raiders are going to take Brady's void money.
It's not that big a
chance.
His void money ain't that big a deal.
It's $35 million.
Brady made them sign him 1-year deals, man.
But
when he came back,
whether Brady's on the Bucs or if Brady goes anywhere next year, the Bucs still owe him $35 million on the books.
So 2025, I believe.
The void money, like kicking the can down the road.
Yeah, so it's like a real
cash over cap.
I keep forgetting that he did fucking sign last year a void deal. So
so he's on the books for $35 million.
So it's like a 6-year deal, really. Like, Now I see where the Raiders could do that, make a trade for Brady. You know what I mean?
But why not just sign him in free agency then? Because he is an unrestricted free agent. So why sign him and take that?
Well,
that
we're
dead
talking
money,
about chances, places where it's likely, and that's the Bucs is a likely destination, whether it's in free agency or a trade. Carolina might be a destination. I don't know who their head coach is going to be. We don't know what the Cardinals are doing.
No, I tell you who's gonna coach Carolina. The soccer coach that got out the carousel in the Dr. Pepper commercial.
You want to know where I think?
I didn't see that.
You want to know where I think Derek Carr goes? I think he's the new quarterback for the Miami Dolphins.
No, I think they're going to go all in for Brady. I really do.
But when they don't get Brady, I think Carr's.
Well, but they got to make They got to make a decision though with Carr though first.
Well, I think Carr ultimately goes to free agency.
Yeah, and I think there's too many teams that are going to want him. So
I think pretty much all those top teams though that are looking at quarterbacks go Brady first.
I'm just looking at the teams that are wanting a veteran coach. Like, wasn't it the Jets that said they're only going to take a veteran quarterback? They just came out and said that. So they're not even looking at rookies. They're sick of the kid put a bad taste in their mouth.
Have fun with that one, Jason.
Pineapple juice. You're welcome, Jason. I got you covered. I got you covered on that one.
All right.
That shit works, by the way. That's what my wife says.
Yeah, you gotta stay away from the asparagus.
Oh man,
dude, this is a true story. The first time I ever had asparagus and went to the bathroom afterwards, I was going through this mental Rolodex of who I had been with Because I was like, what in the entire? I have got something. I got to go to the doctor. I didn't realize asparagus did you like that. I really did not realize asparagus did you like that. And it wasn't like the store bought where they pre-soak it in like canned asparagus. It was fresh asparagus.
Oh,
so it was really pungent. I was like, because the first time I was like, because I was out in the bar, and I was like, somebody in here is foul. and then the second time I went in there. the second time I went in there, I was like, there wasn't nobody in there but me, and I was like, oh my God, that's me. What the hell?
oh my God. Oh. Oh my God. How the hell old were you when you first ate asparagus?
I was in my late 30s.
Oh my God, man, that's almost as bad.
Come
You
on,
didn't even
man.
get that stuff on your lunch tray or nothing in school?
No. I went to school in the South, man. We had them.
That's so did I.
We had Savannah was kind of a suburban Southern school. It wasn't like in the country. So we had hamburgers and we had that cardboard pizza that the kid, every kid between the age of 5 and 16 thinks is the greatest thing since sliced bread, and grilled cheese sandwiches and potato soup. But the only vegetables I ever remember them giving us was green beans and peas. Them little green peas, and no matter how much they cooked them, they always was wrinkly.
Yeah. Like they've been sitting in a can on a shelf for like a couple of decades.
Right. So
I thought Johnny was taking that a different direction. Just saying.
And so no, but we should. Jason will pick up the slack on that one. Anyway,
yeah.
So there was a lot of stuff I wouldn't eat. Like I had grown accustomed to, I was stubborn as hell. If I didn't want it, I wasn't eating. And my parents were like, they took me to a specialist. They're like, he won't eat. What's wrong with him? They said, well, does he eat anything? They said, yeah. I said, well, what does he eat? They said, well, he eats hamburgers and chicken. So we'll feed him hamburgers and chicken and mac and cheese. His taste will expand over time. Yeah, they did. And so they did. And so did my waistline.
Hamburger, chicken, and mashed potatoes, and you're good, man. You good to go.
But my whole thing was I got the asparagus. I was like, let me broaden my horizons a little bit. Let me see what this tastes like. I was like, damn, this is good. Yeah, never again. I will never eat asparagus when I go out in public again.
The fuck is this comment?
I was going to leave it where it was at. Now you mentioned I got to bring it up.
I think he meant Alec.
Definitely not me, because I'll eat chili bowls. I don't like chili, so it's definitely not me.
Alex, what are you doing with the chili bowls, man?
Definitely not me. There's an X
he's
in
got
that
some.
one.
He's got some different Alex then, because I stay
don't
far
eat chili,
away from chili bowls.
He's saying you like Hormel?
No, it wouldn't be me because, in my opinion, chili is nasty, so I wouldn't eat that shit.
Now look like
me. That's crazy.
Now look like gray hair Questlove wearing a hoodie.
See. Thank you, Jason.
Yeah, I don't eat chili, so miss me with that bullshit.
Okay, that's your tagline from now on, man.
No. See, he didn't say that you ate chili. He just said you entered the chili bowl.
Yeah.
Didn't say you ate any chili. You just entered the chili.
Horny pervert. Stu gets off on this shit so fucking weird. So fucking wild.
Sounds like he gets off on you, but
he does want your jock strap, so
no, it was Hammy.
yeah, he gets off on that one too.
Well, Alex, you started doing your shows in your bed. I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah. You actually
For
did
some
that.
fucking
too.
for not a fucking pervert to fucking pop in and shit. I don't fucking want that shit.
Have you ever met the internet, dude? Hey, let me introduce you, Alec. This is the internet.
Oh, thanks, Johnny.
Internet.
Thanks.
Alec.
Oh, nice introduction. Perverts, man.
Did you say? Wait a minute. What did you say about Teddy Ruxpin? That's what I thought. It sounded like he said something about Teddy Ruxpin.
Uranium side?
I did hear that Uxpin thing in there somewhere.
Wait a minute. First he said Teddy Ruxpin. Now I swear I heard cranium sauce. Like it's so we're all over the place right now.
What the fuck is going on here?
The de-evolution of sports.
Bro, I haven't been asleep since yesterday.
Only Ben got that one.
But dude, why are you still up, man? Go to bed, man.
Bro, it's a stream. I'm one of the mods, so I had to stay up the whole night until the whole day
What the fuck?
because the other mods fell asleep. It's a Twitch stream. You had to do a subathon to get incentives and stuff like that, and it's still going.
Wait a minute. Was
I've
this
been
for work?
I've been all day yesterday, all night.
No, I was helping a friend out.
Yeah.
Because the other Twitch
Is
mods.
this friend paying you any money?
Yeah, I'm getting $900 for this.
Friend. That was a good one, Ben. I think everybody else missed it.
I did. I was
No.
down looking at this comment.
It also was not lost on me that he was up all night for a subathon.
Right.
Oh, it's literally, God, do this shit all fucking day.
It's like Jason on one of those.
Because Twitch has been
Where'd you say
cracking
that was
down
at
on
on
people,
Pornhub?
because Twitch has been cracking down on people
No,
like
it's on
commenting on
browsers.
certain stuff. If you comment on certain stuff, you get your Twitch banned. So they need mods in there to make sure that those comments get deleted. So I literally stay up all night deleting stupid comments and shit.
Is Twitch owned by the same people who own Facebook?
Not that I know of.
I was making a joke, actually.
No, it's just some people have been doing it. They never cracked down on it until last week. And then he asked me, fucking pervert.
Oh, let's get a war going.
Jesus.
Oh. Anthony, you said you had to go about 5 minutes ago, or 10
Well, he
minutes.
said 5-minute warning 10 minutes ago. So
Yeah, I just-
Yeah. Well, we was having so much fun. I figured why miss the fun? But then right when I log off and get ready to get in the bed, you be like, man, you missed it. We just went ham. And I'm like, of course you did.
Nothing like missing out on a
You
horny
know damn well
pervert.
that's what we're gonna do.
Oh shit!
Hey, the hell with that. Well, there ain't nothing like ham. I like ham. Ham is good.
Holy ups
All
and
right,
downs.
Hammy's gonna be on here in a minute.
So, oh dear Lord, yeah,
yeah.
I didn't even realize. Just come rolling up in here. You rang.
You said
Yeah.
you liked me. Some fucking like old Greg shit.
Nah, he gonna
He's gonna show you his watercolors.
He gonna roll up on me like Goldmouth in Life. You gonna eat your cornbread?
Oh,
You give it your cornbread today. Tomorrow you gonna be washing his drawers and clipping his toenails.
I got one more thing to do here.
Yeah. Anywho.
right. So once again, thank you to Zagnif Apparel for partnering with this crazy ride that we call a show. So you can visit Zagnif Apparel today for all your apparel needs. From activewear to casual clothing, Zagnif Apparel has something you are guaranteed to love. Visit ZagnifApparelDesign.com today and use the code NEP15 as you see it on the screen for a 15% discount on select items. Zagnif Apparel, dress like you're already famous.
We have a
Thank you,
new
everyone, for this.
guest here. Miss Taylor Swift is Sailor Swift is with us.
I'll be your Hammy Wynette.
You know what? I listen. I'm gonna give you your kudos for that. I started to say I give you, but then that could go somewhere too. So we're gonna leave that where that is. But I'm gonna give you credit. That was a good one. I like that one. I got past a certain age where dad jokes make me crack up.
Oh my God, we're gonna have a dad joke contest here before long too.
Oh, good.
We have a whole thread going in our team's chat at work. There's like 20 of us, and all day long is nothing but dad jokes.
I was being serious. We've done it once before. When, remember when Keith was on?
Yeah,
we did the dad joke thing.
Yeah,
a joke off. I had to say it.
Oh,
I had
Lord.
to say it.
Well, Anthony, to go off what you were saying, my last job, we had a Teams chat where it was all just GIFs all day. Yeah, somebody would just start it right after the morning meeting, and the whole 10-hour shift was just nothing but GIFs. And you'd start at like a normal topic, and then it would go like this. You just go so far off the rails that it was gone.
I do most of my commenting with gifts.
Most of our there's a lot of folks that are like fresh out of college, maybe just a little bit older than college graduate age that work where I work, and they do a lot of communicating in memes and gifs. And they have gotten our senior manager. She now sends out a meme every week to remind us that it is time card. Not every week, but every end of the pay period to remind us it's time card day. And they are cheesy as hell, but it's cute to see her try.
Time card day. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Hey, welcome to Walmart. Get your shit and get out.
Your shit and get out.
Oh, if I was a greeter. Just every like 15 people just be like, get your shit and get out. Like, not even the welcome to Walmart part. I'd be like, hi, welcome to Walmart. Hi. Hi.
Listen,
get your shit and get out.
You doing that. I cannot see you doing that because you're such a nice
it would be to somebody I knew. It would have to be to somebody I knew.
Listen. It'd be everybody.
If they let me be a Walmart greeter in 2 months, Walmart's reputation would change. Because I see people coming in and be like, nah, fam, go home, change. We're not doing this today. No, not the Cookie Monster pajamas.
I thought you were just gonna say a different impression for every person that comes in. You were just gonna cycle your impersonations.
Yeah, I don't know why somebody told you that you coming out the house with the Cookie Monster pajamas on. Cookie Monster looking like he's starving. You got on a double extra large, and your waist ain't no bigger than a Cheerio. Cookie Monster talking about feed me. Go put on some. Don't get me started, man. Let me get out of here so I can go get in the bed.
Okay. Well, promote yourself.
Wow, I got distracted by that thing down there in the corner. The comment that was up there. Hey, gang, how are you all doing? This is your guy, Mr. Fingers. You know me. I've been guesting on this show now for some time. Okay, there we go. And that could have waited. Anyway. I'll take things I could have waited to see or not seen at all for 2,000, Alex. Oh, it's a true daily double. Oh, boy. I just rolled that one right up in the egg roll and put it on the plate to give it. Anyway, hello, all. Mr. Fingers of This Week in UGA Football here. Along with my co-host, Colin, we give rousing commentary about the Bulldogs of the state of Georgia. Oh, by the way, did you know that the Bulldogs of Georgia, have you heard? They're national champions again. You haven't heard? 1, 2. They're everywhere. They're not going to stop until they get 65. Me and Colin on every Monday. Colin and I are on every Monday, round about 6:30, because we roll on Southern time. We say we're gonna start at 6:30, but we might start at 6:45 unless the fish is jumping, and we might be on at 7. So we on Monday nights from 6:30 to 7:30. Unless we got a good conversation going, then we might hang out and pass another moonshine jug and talk till 8. But 6:30 every Monday evening. I also co-host on. You saw one of the other two hosts of the roundtable, the lovely and talented Miss Delilah Crespo. We're on Tuesday evenings at 7:30 Eastern time, from 7:30 to 8:30, talking NFL sports and commentary. We thank you for checking this show out tonight. And by the way, that Zagnif apparel, what are y'all doing? I'm not even reading it. Y'all gonna have to go back to the comments. I'm just gonna tell you.
And just remember, Anthony, since you're the one that said it earlier.
I apologize for my outburst. Anyway, what's up, Nate? But yeah, we appreciate you. A lot of you guys have been coming and checking us out, and we really appreciate it. And also the clothing ad that you saw earlier, that is the clothing line from yours truly. I'm actually wearing one of my signature pieces this evening. It says "Less Life, More Living" with the company logo, which actually my arm should go that way so you can actually see it. That kind of hurt.
Wait a minute, turn that arm around again. I couldn't read that.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what it say right there. So
Anthony ain't nobody's fool.
There's nothing on the back of this sweatshirt. I know I designed it. You ain't gonna get me. Oh dear God. Sorry, sinuses. Anyway, y'all check us out whenever you get an opportunity. We have lots of fun, and then I'm here with these guys, and sometimes I'm on some others. Johnny will just hit me up. Johnny will hit me up randomly, like, "Hey man, you got 10 minutes to come on and talk about why poison ivy can be mended to find a cure for cancer in the plot to this science fiction movie that they're turning into a comic book that's going to be on NBC on a 3-episode series in 2032.
You wait till my Science and Nature show takes off, man. I'm gonna be hitting you up on there too.
No, I clown Johnny, but out of all of us, I would have to say Johnny is the most eclectic. He has his interest range. Like, dude, how many groups are you in? Like, he's sending me a new group invite. I get it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. I'm just like, dang, how many groups is he in? Or are you starting these all? It's like Johnny
started a lot of them. I started like 58. Yep. I got 58 groups of mine, and then there's the ones that just keep sending me join this offers.
I want to know when you're going to bring back the science fiction joint.
It's coming. There he is. I told you it was coming.
Okay, I'm done. You can take me off the main screen now. Thank you.
Thanks for hopping on the show, Anthony.
Well, hell, I'm awake now. I might as well hang out. We about to go off the air in a minute, ain't
it? We are actually about to go off the air. Where's Ben can be found at?
Oh, yes. You can find me tomorrow night. Have at it, episode 5 on Ben's Zone Faith Group, on YouTube, Ben Cornett 9015, and at Twitter, BennyBoy702. We're going to talk about the playoffs this weekend, and we'll talk about some other stuff, some WWE possibly being sold. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk even some more stuff. So check it out. Ben Zone Face Group, YouTube 9015, BennyBoy702. Have at it, episode 5, Friday night, 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific.
Yo, right. The absolute irony that the WWE might be sold to Saudi Arabian company, and then they would bring back as their number, and then they would bring back the Iron Sheik. There you go. You in my head.
Yeah. he can be their head of talent or whatever position you want to give him, head of creative.
Alex.
All right. Well,
Oh, wait a minute. We have to do Alec too. I forgot about him.
Oh, well, I think Jason's done him plenty, but all right, where can we find you, Alec?
Not at Jason's house. That's where I won't be at.
Not this house. Oh boy.
I'll be at Anthony's house apparently. But
all right. Well,
promote
where can we
yourself.
find you show-wise?
Get this pervert out of here.
Okay, show-wise, where can we find you?
Gosh.
Oh my God!
Okay, here's what I'm gonna.
Someone put Jason in a retirement home. Jesus.
Okay.
Put him in jail or something.
Okay, where can we find you show-wise?
Anywhere. Here on Thursdays. Friday. I mean, if Johnny messages me for a pop-up show, that's about it. Usually yeah, that's about it. And Sailor Swift, really? Really? Wow. That's foul. I noticed that at the end. I saw the corner of my eye. I was like, wow.
Right as the screen was going back. Yeah.
You're lucky I don't have access to change names because I was.
I switched it back for you.
Yeah.
You're the one that made it that too.
That's why I had it to paste back. I was waiting for him to realize, and then as soon as he realized, I was going to paste it back.
I thought he would understand when I introduced him as Taylor Swift.
I usually don't look at that because I thought we moved past that phase. I guess we're still on that phase.
I thought we were grown up too, but no.
No, come on, man. We are a bunch of men.
Jason mad. Look at it.
We are a group of men who are adults, but chronologically adults who have the sense of humor of middle school kids.
Yep. All right. Well, I'll take my turn to promote myself here. You can catch me here every Thursday with these absolute delinquents on the NFL edition. The delinquent part is mostly Jason and them. But you can catch
you don't get all
Thursday.
That word there too.
Yeah. Yeah. Normally we go live at that would be 9 Eastern, 7 my time, which would be 6 Pacific. But it's whenever we actually get our shit together. Taking that off the screen. You can catch me Friday nights, almost every Friday night with Andrew and Chris and Sid on North Sports Dynasty. You can catch me occasionally with Ben on Have At It. And you can catch me Saturday mornings with Sean Spencer for Let's Talk College Football. We are going to run almost every weekend up until the draft and do pre-draft stuff. And then after the draft, it'll just kind of be big news. So say a big-time recruit for 2024 signs early. We'll talk that. If somebody transfers late, if coach gets suspended, anything like that, any big news, we'll come on and talk. But you can expect us pretty much every weekend up until the draft.